What up? Hello, everybody. What's up to the early birds? Going just a little bit early, man. I wanted to test it out. I wanted to see who were the real notification squads. Who's the real ones? Who's actually showing up when we first get this thing started? Hello, everybody, and welcome. Yeah, I see you guys over on Twitch, too. Yeah, we the real ones. Says the Geek Supreme. I like that name. That's cool. Been up since 4? Oh, man. Yeah, let's start out with that. How you guys doing? What did some of you guys stay up to watch X-Men 97? How's it going? What's up? X-Men 97 was really good. It was really good. Very, very fire. But there's one thing in X-Men 97 that kind of like took over the whole show for me and made me think about one thing in particular, which actually wasn't X-Men related. So we're going to get into it. We'll get into it. But it is great. Fantastic show. Nerd Executive over on Twitch says, hello, kids. Hello there, kids. Didn't watch X-Men yet. So, yeah. I don't know. I was thinking about this. It's like, I don't want to go too heavy spoiler. I feel like the Wednesday streams are a little bit weird because some people don't get to watch X-Men right away. And so they need some more time to check it out. I still want to watch like Paul's breakdown video, and there's definitely still stuff I want to talk about with regards to it. But yeah, I'm not going to spoil anything right now. We'll wait and we'll do that a little bit later. Thank you. Somebody's trying to break in. No mercy in the chat. Wait, what? People are already yeah. People are already talking about that thing, huh? Spoil it for me, Papa Josh. Still love watching it after work. Yeah, we will. We'll in a second we will. Kendrick was cooking Drake. Yeah, man. How many of you guys listen to that? Euphoria. Put a 1 into the chat if you've been following the whole hip-hop beef situation. You guys been following that? I know some of you guys are. No mods in yet? Yeah, where's all the mods, man? They're all sleeping, huh? We go a little bit early. Oh, there's Dirty. But Dirty's like, don't tell me. I'm not trying to work right now. Can you spoil us some nerd coin, sir? Let me see. Let me see what I can do for you. Yeah, so it seems like a lot of you guys. I'll talk a little bit about that, okay? So I am definitely a hip-hop fan, and I've been enjoying the beef, right? And so yesterday, Kendrick Lamar finally responded. Now, I thought Drake's response was crazy. I love push-ups. 10,000 nerd coin. There you go, good nerds. There you are, good people of the Nerd Vengers. Martin, appreciate the 5, brother. Says live action X-Men won't even be as badass as the show because Kevin hires idiots now. Well, let's just see. Maybe Kevin's learned a couple of lessons himself. Maybe we should have a little bit of faith. I mean, they did make this show. You know, Kevin is responsible for X-Men 97, but I hear you. I hear you. Zach, appreciate the 10, man. Says, what's up, Josh? Since going back to work, I've had to miss a few streams, but you have me so hyped for SDCC and Secret Wars. Nerd Avengers for Life, Unity. Hell yeah, bro. Thank you, man. And it's all good. Life takes us in different directions, man. Seems like things are going well, though. And yeah, we're just holding it down over here, geeking out about SDCC potential announcements and stuff like that. I'm still excited. I still believe. And I know I'm real ADD right now. I'm going to get back to the rap beef, but let me just say one thing real quick. I've definitely seen in the comments and some of the attitude of, some people out there, and it's totally understandable. But I've definitely seen some people being like, this man's the last man on the planet that cares about the MCU and shit like that. I don't think it's that bad, but I know it's bad. But guess what? I'm still riding with Marvel. I still believe. My faith has not been shaken. Okay, my faith has been shaken a little bit. Let's be real. But despite all of that, I'm still riding strong with Marvel. Okay, back to the rap beef. So who do you think is winning so far, chat? If you've been paying attention, you've seen it all. Who's winning? And it's obviously not J. Cole or J. Cole fans. Ugh. But yeah, who's winning so far, you think? Somebody says Kendrick. Somebody says Drake. Kung Fu Kenny. There's no winners. All songs were corny. Damn, that's a take. That's Biggie? What? Okay, I don't know about that, bro. Not even a competition. Yeah, so I think from what I see in the chat, it seems like a lot of people are saying that Kendrick's winning. So here's the thing. I'm actually surprised at how many people online are still saying that Drake is up, even after Euphoria dropped, okay? And it's subjective, right? It shows just how subjective art is, how subjective, rap, hip-hop. And everybody has their own, criteria for it, right? But I was surprised to see how divided people are on it. All I go by, here's how I go by. When I'm judging this thing, I just put the song on, and then I just, experience it. How does it make me feel? And that's kind of how I judge it. It's not, because I know there's, layers to the lyricism, and you can watch people, break it down, and some of the stuff's, really crazy. But at the end of the day, it's if it's a diss battle, right? If it's a rap battle, and one person's song makes me feel like they're killing the other person or shitting on the other person, that's how you win the beef, to me. And I was riding with Drake. I loved push-ups. I also feel like Drake is actually well positioned to do it well in this whole thing. And then I put Euphoria on, dude, and it felt like Kendrick was stabbing Drake with a switchblade over and over again, right in front of me, and looking over at me as he was doing it. So that's just how I judge this round. I have to give this round to Kendrick. And I know I've seen people being like, well, he's just bringing up all the other stuff. He's just kind of doing, what Pusha did. I get it. I think there's merit to that. I understand that take where you're like, he's not, it's kind of light. He's not really doing anything new. But I just go by, and I'm a Drake fan. I'm not I don't know if I'm a big Drake. It's definitely not anymore. But I like Drake. And so I'm listening to Euphoria, and I'm like, hey, what's this dude gonna even say? And then for me, it literally felt like he was like, oh yeah, and he's just stabbing Drake, and I'm like, stop, he's dead, stop. So that's just how it made me feel, man. I got Kendrick in the first one. I guess we'll see. We'll see where it goes from here. Do you guys think Drake's going to come back with something even stronger? I guess it's possible. K-Dot gave Drake bars, but Drake got round one for me because push-ups is more of a better overall quality, reach, impact. Kendrick should have gone harder. Yeah, I'm actually seeing that take more than I thought I would. I think push-ups is a way cooler song to just listen to bump or whatever. And Drake is obviously very talented at just making really listenable music. Like that's his, like, you know, the pop secret. That's what it is, right? It's just, is this something that's pleasant to listen to in a lot of ways? But I think in a beef, I don't think that's really the thing. Maybe for some of you guys it is. But I don't know. For me, it's more like, do I feel like if they were on stage and, you know, saying this back and forth to each other, like, who do I think the crowd, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the feeling? Yeah. And I also feel like there was some artistry in how he put that together. I actually think both of them, like, if you take a step back from it, it's probably just a W for hip-hop and hip-hop fans in general. Because, like, dude, like, Drake's out here working. Like, I even thought the AI thing, I didn't really talk about it on stream, but I thought the AI thing was pretty smart. Like, it's clever, you know, like, what he was trying to do. And so I think we're getting some really good, inspired kind of stuff. So it's cool. It felt to me like Kendrick's was a little bit more, like, actually at his throat. But I've also seen people say, like, they feel like it's soft still. So I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. I'm excited to see where it goes from here. Audadon says, Kendrick Def in the lead. Euphoria was such a good diss. Starting it off with reminding Drake he could make him look nasty. Then cooking him was fire. Yeah, it was. I thought it was really good. I felt like it cut. It was like strategic with the slices. You know what I mean? Like very, very good beef track. Also, song credits, Kendrick wrote and performed his song all by himself. Oh, yeah, that's interesting. This new Josh is weird. I'm not used to him being early. Yeah, I just wanted to get in a little early. What, you know, we always kind of get it started a little bit, chilling, and then we'll get into all the news and all that. It's illegal and lame, and none of those people would hop on the track with him. Yeah, I've seen that opinion. And I think he did it with license, knowing that, not like literal license, obviously, but I think he knew he would be roweling people with that. And I get it. And look, your take's valid. I get it. But also, I think if you just take a step back from it, it's a little bit of a masterful move, because you don't ask for forgiveness, or you don't ask for permission, you ask for forgiveness. I think that's even a Drake line. Isn't that a Drake line? And it's literally like, if you really want to shake things up, sometimes I think you just need to come out and fucking do whatever you want and make some waves. Thomas Bennett says, can you talk about what's going on with the Avengers actors speaking out, or else this is clickbait? Yeah, we're going to get there for sure. We're going to get there. All Drake got to do is say, Baby Keem been writing for Kendrick. I mean, I don't know who that is. Who's Baby Keem? I guess I'm not in it as deep. I remember Josh early every day. What? No way. It's a saying? Yeah. Warm-ups for both of them? That would be cool. Lizzo can make some waves? I don't doubt that. Speaking out about what? We're going to get there. Holy cow. Look, here's the thing. If you really don't want to wait, you just wait for the video. We're going to put it into a video form. It'll be much more boom, 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 boom. But I'm just getting in here, and I'm just trying to catch up with chat and hang out for a little bit before we get into it, okay? Ease into it. Holy cow. Bad Batch was mint. Absolutely loved it. I have not watched Bad Batch in 4 weeks now. Sorry, Josh. My bad. It's all good, man. It's all good. Trust me, we're going to get to it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to watch the end of Bad Batch, though. I've heard it's good. Yeah, I know the finale's out. I heard a lot of people really like the finale. Did anybody see the finale in here? What are your guys' thoughts on it? You mean the copy batch? Who copied who? What came first, the chicken or the egg? The Mando or the Bad Batch? Think about it. Bro, X-Men is insane, though. X-Men's very good. X-Men's fire, man. They're going to win that fucking Emmy, bro. They're going to win that Emmy. And, not that it's all about, like, my petty takes and it's always about me and it's everything for me and it's always about me, but this episode continues to prove that X-Men 97 is greater than Invincible. I don't make the rules, except that's actually not true. I do make the rules, and they're losing. John Cross, thanks for the 5 spot, man. Says, hey, Josh, what happened to Deep Dive Wolverine 1 month, Deep Dive Deadpool next month to prep for the movie in July? Yeah, we're doing that. Wait, are we that close? Oh, my God. But it's July 26th, so we have time. We'll do the 90s. We're going to, you know what? Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so if you're a member, if you're a Nerdvenger member here or on the Twitch, and what's up to everybody over on Twitch? Hope you guys are doing well. You get access to the members-only stream, the Nerdvenger stream, and this month we've been deep diving every month on something big and important to nerd culture. This month, we're going to be deep diving on the sort of collapse of comic books in the 90s and the Image guys. We really want to focus on the Image guys, okay? So that's what we're going to be doing this month, and we're going to start that tonight at 7:30. So if you remember, come on by for that. And if you don't know anything about, like, 90s comics, the Image guys, you definitely want to check that out. This, of course, includes Rob Liefeld, who is the creator of Deadpool and a lot of X-Force characters. So I think we'll do that. Then next month, we'll deep dive on Wolverine. Then the month after that, we'll deep dive on Deadpool, which will be July, heading into the movie. So that's how we're going to handle it. Winter Soldier, welcome back to the Nerdvengers, baby. Appreciate you. Bikini stream? What the hell? Magnetizing my pole with them briefs. What the hell's going on in chat? If you don't want to wait, stop being lazy and Google it and read the article. Yeah, Google it. The Image story is crazy. Should be a good one. Yeah, I think it's going to be, especially if you have no idea what happened, it's pretty interesting. It's pretty illuminating. I mean, those guys were rock stars. This is the height of comic books. These guys are rock stars, baby. Chat's already unhinged. Yeah, it's true. Drake also had to diss like 12 different people in his track. It wasn't only for K-Dot. Oh, yeah, 100%. I mean, I think that's fair. Before yesterday, I mean, you guys know, a lot of you guys have been around. Before yesterday, I was talking mad shit on Kendrick. I was saying it was over. Drake's going to cook him. And then I was listening to Euphoria. I was just having a moment like, oh my God. Oh my God, he doesn't have to go that hard. Oh my God, no. He's already dead. Suppose it's, to the next one. We'll see how he responds. Kendrick gets points off for taking 10 days, to be honest. I'm sure to some people that's true. I don't know. It's kind of a close, I would say it's close, but I would say Kendrick really surprised me and he takes round 1. Bro, what? Drake took a long time too. Did he? Eminem took years and no one complained. Did he? And in addition to actually release. Wait, what? Cole made a business decision. Yeah, Cole, I think Cole thought this was going to be a little bit more theatrical. And then when he realized, because there are rumors out there that Kendrick's been working on this for like 7 years or something. And it's just crazy. It goes really deep. It's been cooking for some time. So, yeah, it's definitely interesting. CC Ryder with the 20. Hey, I appreciate it. That's very generous, man. Thank you. Says, hey, Josh, love everything we got going on in the tower lately. Loving the streams and the vibe. The main channel was what caught my attention, but the streams are why I'm a member. Let's go. Don't tell my boss I'm watching. Take my money. I won't tell your boss. Appreciate you, brother. Also, yeah, no, look, I feel good. You know, obviously it was like 3-4 weeks ago now when I made my big quit. It was the day of the eclipse, right? Where I quit YouTube on the eclipse day, which is kind of interesting to think about. But I didn't, really quit. I just am doing a different style. I am starting to feel better about the direction that we're taking things, even from streams to the main channel. And I feel like a lot of the clips and the videos we're making out of the streams have been great lately. So we're figuring it out. We're kind of in a stride, and I feel really good. Just have to kind of continue. I want to do more streams, longer streams. We've had a little bit of a hiccup here and there. Like Monday, I was so fucking hot in here. I went out. Actually, I don't know if you can see it. There's that. You see that white thing back there? Can you guys see that? You see that? So that's like a little AC unit fan thing, which we might try out later to see how disruptive is the sound and everything. But of course, it's fancier than a fan. It's way fancier. It's like the fanciest fan you've ever seen. But the point is, like a Lemony Snicket novel, I go out that day, fucking buy that, come on back, and then immediately it gets cold where I live. So now it's all cold. So it doesn't even matter. But hey, we keep it moving, and we're gonna figure it out. But I was like, of course. Now it's freezing in here. You already know chat is going to tell you it's disruptive AF. Maybe you're right. Danny Cummings says, Aubrey Graham sucks. Refuse to call him Drake. Damn, bro. You got a part-time job or a full-time job? Because it seems like you're a full-time hater. Damn, Danny. I got all this time. I'm just kidding. Let's talk Doom, Spider-Man, and Zemo. Yeah, I want to talk about all that. I think what I want to do is I want to watch Paul's breakdown video. Because, I'm going to copy his homework anyways. We might as well just watch his video. And then we can kind of break it down together. Talk about all of the things that we liked. It was a crazy episode. I thought it was really good. I haven't watched X-Men yet. Well, I'll give you a fair warning when we do that. I'm not going to make the whole stream about X-Men 97. There are a couple things I want to talk about. I watched Bad Batch, though. What? Get out of town. How was the Bad Batch finale? Did anybody watch it? Is the finale good? Omega Red sighting? Yeah, it's true. Wait, I thought you said you didn't watch it. No, I watched X-Men 97. Josh, you owe me money. I keep buying Coke because of you. Ooh, yeah. So just write that. You're going to have to write that out in an email. It's like Den of Nerds. Dot. I don't give a shit. Dot. I'm not responsible for your life at gmail.com, I think is the email. Bad Batch ending made me happy. That's good. The finale was safe, but really good. That's good. Email sent. Hell yeah. I'll check it later. For real, though, Aubrey is a culture vulture. Kendrick calling him on that shit. Bro was raised on a lot of Degrassi. Yeah, no, I get it. I get where you're coming from. I think that's obviously where some people are at with it. You know what I mean? Epilogue of Bad Batch was good. Oh, I like a good epilogue. I do enjoy a good epilogue, man. The clip of Degrassi of Drake getting shot. I know, it is kind of wild nowadays. That's Kendrick right now. I mean, a little bit, yeah. Sets up a cartoon set during the rebellion. Ooh, okay. Doom has the ability to measure infinity and therefore build Loki a better loom because he can comprehend what he would need to. I think that's true, actually. You know what is interesting, man? Because I'm obviously a huge Doctor Doom fan. Really, really like Doom. Have you guys ever read Doom 2099? I love that shit, man. Warren Ellis did this crazy run. I used to have like a compendium. It was like super thick. Y'all ever read that? Doom 2099? It was good. It was good. Well, I found out that, you know that new Marvel Overwatch game, Marvel Rivals? Apparently, Doom 2099 is like the main villain of that game. And apparently the premise of that game is like our Doctor Doom versus Doom 2099. And that's like the main, that's like the macro concept, and like their multiversal war is like destroying dimensions. So that's like what the game, that's like the premise of the game. I was like, that's sick, dude. I had no idea. When's it come out? Well, there's a beta, closed beta happening relatively soon. Let me check something here. Closed beta happening relatively soon. I don't see it. Yeah. I don't see it. And our music died. Gotta get that going again. It's funny how much Ellis has done and how people love his work, but most people hate him nowadays. Yeah, that's kind of a whole thing. I'm trying not to get too involved with it. I just talk about the work. I don't know the person. But that is interesting for sure. Pretty interesting. Do you think Wanda attacking Rambo Captain Marvel triggered her binary transformation, meaning she's the same variant we saw in Strange 2? Wouldn't that be interesting? I don't think so, but that's a cool thought for show. That's a cool thought. Certainly a cool thought. I read all the 2099 books back in the day. Doom was hype. The Doom one was really interesting to me. And I loved his like outfit. It was like blue and he had these shoulder pads with like spikes on them and stuff. They were awesome. They were freaking awesome. So that game has me kind of excited. I definitely I hope I get into the beta for that. Doom 2099 was the best 2099 book. I mean, I liked it the most, but, I'm like just a Doom fan. It was really interesting, though. Like, at first, he's like lost through time. He doesn't even know if he's the real Doom. Then he kills this other Doom variant. I also remember there's a part in the book where it's so weird and messed up, but he like drops this fluid on some cities in America that turn the humans into food. It was like really weird. I have to revisit that shit. It was a cool book, though. But the idea of Doom 2099 in that game, ooh, come on, man. That sounds really cool. That sounds really exciting. Hopefully it will be good. Hopefully it will be really good. Let me get this pulled up over here. Okay, so let's begin to get into some of this stuff. I want to talk about Chris Hemsworth's comments. I want to talk about Tony Stark's comments. A reminder, we are doing another Nerdventure deep dive tonight. We're going to start talking about the Image guys. That'll be at 7:30 tonight. I hope to see some of you guys there. I want to go over this story. I want to talk about X-Men 97, watch a breakdown together. I want to talk about Acolyte. Yeah. And a new Red Hulk leak as well. Maybe we'll watch another video. I have another video pulled up about like X-Men, their power levels and stuff like that. So that could be fun. That's the agenda for today. That's the schedule, ladies and gentlemen. That's the schedule. Everybody's still... Dude, everybody's so invested in this rap beef. It's kind of interesting, huh? Woo! Anyone checking out Blood Hunt? I want to check out Blood Hunt. I've heard some good things. I have heard some good things about that book. I've heard some weird things. Okay. Shall we begin, ladies and gentlemen? You want to talk a little bit about the Avengers? I actually find this story to be fascinating. I find this story to be fascinating. Josh, do a breakdown of K. Euphoria? Nah. Nah, man. There's a lot of great people that make content in the hip hop space. I'm definitely not one of them. Josh should live stream Witcher 3 playthrough. All right, well, since I'm ADD and that reminded me of something, let's go on a whole tangent here for a second. One of the things I've been thinking about, dude, I'm the person that wants the Avengers news is like, because I'm going to do it again. Okay, check this out. It's interesting that you say that, right? Witcher 3. I want to do some video game playthroughs, and I've been thinking about a way we could frame some video game playthroughs, and I came up with an idea. What if we did some playthroughs of popular games, but also games that we think have potential for a great like live action universe and or just a series or a show kind of a thing. Right now, it feels like video games are super well positioned to maybe take like what comic book movies were and run with it a little bit, right? So, you know, Super Mario, and then you got like the live action Zelda. It seems like they're really interested in that. You have Last of Us, Fallout just happened, and Fallout is great. Andor, no, it's not a video game. But you know what I mean, right? So there's a ton of great video game franchises. Dude, The Wanderer, that is literally what I was going to say next. I think it has to be Mass Effect. We got to do a Mass Effect stream. Because a lot of you guys, how many of you guys have either played or maybe just experienced Mass Effect 1 and the story of Mass Effect 1? How many of you guys know about that video game? With Fallout coming out, it's like it really shows that if you bring the right people to a project that are very good at television but also understand the IP, you can create something that actually makes more people want to play the video game, and now they're greenlighting season 2, and it seems like a really good plan. I named my dog Shepard after Mass Effect. Damn. Played the trilogy like 10 times. Damn, Adam, 10 times? Oh my goodness. That's a lot, brother. Holy shit. And I'll catch up on chats in just a second. Matic, I appreciate it, brother. So yeah, that's what I was thinking was like, we need to come up with some ideas and pick out some game franchises that we think could be great, either cinematic universes or just like franchises in live action. And we play through the game, and then we have a stream afterwards, and we kind of like workshop how we would approach it or what would we want out of the live action version. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that would be a fun exercise for the community. Dead Space is another good one. I've not really played Dead Space. I remember when it first came out. I remember it being very popular, but I didn't really play it. Gears of War, that's a great one. That is a great one. Game idea. X-Men in Mass Effect style, doing an ME run right now. I mean, you mean an X-Men game? Hell yeah, dude. That would be crazy. Jay Robbins says, in early Marvel superhero cameos are a regular part of it. Early Spider-Man comics have Fantastic Four, Avengers, Hulk. Why won't the MCU do that more? You mean just in general? I mean, it's crazy because in the Infinity Saga, they did that a lot. It was part of the juice, was like the cameos and the, connective tissue and who was showing up where. It seems like kind of beginning in Phase 4, they pulled back on that. I think it's a number of different things. I think it's contract stuff. I think it's, also scheduling. And so one of the things we know is that they removed a lot of cameos and crossovers because their schedule was super uncertain. So they didn't want to put things in something that didn't really make sense. So I think that's kind of part of it. I'm hoping, and I feel this is the case, I'm hoping we're going to get back to that. And I think if they really have figured out the plan for Secret Wars and they signed everybody and they got everybody like, yo, clear your schedule. To me, please have some more fun and just do more of that, okay? George Hambley with a 20 spot. That's very generous, brother. Says 25th B-Day and a stream? Perfect. Longtime UK fan, but new Nerdvenger. Ordered new merch. Heavy tea, baby. Special edition of Unity locked in. This channel and community means the world. Much love, Josh. Never stop streaming. Nerdvengers for life. Hey, George. First of all, happy birthday. Can we get some happy birthday wishes in the chat for George? Appreciate you, man. And thank you so much. That's a lot of support, brother, and I thank you very much. We got some really cool stuff we're cooking with Unity. I'm very excited. And, yeah, that's probably all I can say about that for now. Another thing that's kind of cool is I actually got an artist, and I'm starting to work on the manga I've been telling you guys about. So, yeah, look forward to that, too, because that shit is really cool. That shit's really cool. But yeah, so that's kind of what I was thinking about the video games. I think that's what we should do. And I think Mass Effect is one of them. I think Gears of War is probably one of them. Honestly, I almost feel like we need to run through the Halo 2 campaign. But Halo's like, I don't know, man. Halo, maybe not Halo. Maybe not Halo. Fable. Ooh, yeah. Ocarina of Time. Hell yeah. Kratos. Yeah, aren't they doing something with God of War? Ghost of Tsushima getting a flick? Is that true? Wow. Wow. KOTOR? Dark Souls? Yeah, but is Dark Souls really... Like, Dark Souls they're great games, but does that translate into, like, live action? Is that a really good story? I don't know. To me, you look like Mass Effect feels like the obvious move. Let me just tell you this about Mass Effect, okay? Mass Effect 1, I remember vividly getting to the end of that game where you learn the big thing about the ship. That's how I'll say it for now. It's a huge twist. I remember learning that for the first time and being blown away. I think it's one of the coolest stories I've ever heard in science fiction, period. It's a brilliant twist. The way it is explored later on, whoo, so good. I think Mass Effect is one of the greatest science fiction stories ever told, especially like the first one and depending on, the second into the third one, although the end of the third one is a little disappointing for me. But, yeah, man. It's great. So maybe we'll plan on doing a Mass Effect stream soon. Playthrough. Yes. Yes. Very, very cool. The Mass Effect has the same writers as KOTOR. What? Interesting. That's cool. Thank you, Josh. And its sequel, Mass Effect 2, is the best sequel ever. Mass Effect 2 was really good. It was really good. BioShock. Aren't they doing something live action BioShock, or am I crazy? Or am I crazy? BioShock's a great story too, especially that first game. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, BioShock, because they scary, Josh. I mean, it is a little tough. I don't really like being scared, but it'll be good content. You guys will probably like it. Because I'll be like, ah! You know, ah! Over and over again. Killzone? What? I don't think Killzone's got a great story like that. New Assassin's Creed? Bro, remember when they got freaking Magneto to be in Assassin's Creed? And that movie bombed, man. That movie bombed. Yeah, that movie did not do well. Elden Ring? Yeah, Elden Ring is great. And it's got cool lore and stuff, too. Fallout? Yeah, but the show's already out. Dude, it was Drew Karpyshyn? I love Drew Karpyshyn. Wow. Marvel Ultimate Alliance. You guys, I don't know if everybody's understanding the assignment. I don't think everybody's understanding the assignment. But that's okay. He good. Yeah, he is. The Legend of Dragoon. Dude, I've heard that game is lit, actually. Drew Kardashian? Exactly. Pokemon? All right, let's get into this Avengers stuff. I can't handle the chat right now. Okay. Here we go. So, some of the Avengers, ladies and gentlemen, have been talking, and I find this to be fascinating. Now, a lot of this has to do with a new article that is out there about Chris Hemsworth. He had a big spread in Vanity Fair. I'm sure some of you guys checked this out. I'm sure many more of you read the headline that Chris Hemsworth feels he owes audiences for Thor 4, that he wants to make it up to them, you know, he's sorry, etc., etc. I'm sure a lot of you guys saw those headlines, okay? Now, one of the things that's interesting in there, and I'm going to break this whole thing down, I think it's a really good read. If you get time, go over to Vanity Fair and actually read the whole article. I thought it was pretty cool. But I also know a lot of you are headline reading degenerates, and so that's why I will be just breaking it down for you guys here on stream and in this video, okay? But it's a really good article. You know, it's kind of sprawling. It talks about Hemsworth, where he's at in his career, the ups and downs. Like, one of the things that's kind of interesting is he definitely wants everybody to know that he doesn't have Alzheimer's and he's not retired. Remember when that story came out and it kind of got blown way out of proportion? He certainly feels that way. So that's kind of part of it. But another thing that's interesting in this article is Robert Downey Jr. pops up. Like, all of a sudden, like, we're reading this big spread about Hemsworth, and all of a sudden, like, RDJ pops in to give a couple quotes, put some context in there, and say some things, and you're just like, what the hell's happening here? Why is Robert Downey Jr. Like, it's like Tony Stark literally has to be there when the press is speaking to the Avengers or something. It had, like, that kind of a vibe. I gotta be, like, I literally do not know why Robert Downey Jr. pops up in this article to give some context, but it's very funny. And there's also a portion in this article where they're talking about Chris Evans' wedding and some of the vibes, man. I continue to tell you guys, I think a lot of the OGs are coming back. They're definitely coming back for Avengers Secret Wars, possibly Avengers vs. X-Men, possibly even Avengers 5. And, you know, when this originally happened, like when Endgame was done, a lot of people going in different directions, a lot of closure. Of course, Thor continues on in Love and Thunder, and we're going to talk about that. But the main thing is, it feels to me like we're getting to a place where, with all of these actors, where it's been so long since they were in their MCU heyday, a lot of stuff has happened to them. They've had a lot of life experiences, but I also feel this kind of, I don't know, maybe it's like a cathartic thing, or maybe it's like a a nostalgia thing, but it almost feels like they're all preparing to get back together and do a lot of work together and returning to a cool structural time when they were all just like, look, I'm a little off track here, but do you guys, if you've been following the MCU like I have, you would hear about Downey's camp or like Downey's playground, okay? And essentially what happened was because Robert was a big risk at the beginning, when he does Iron Man, he gets a lot of back-end points, and they don't sign him into multi-picture. And so after Iron Man blows up and the MCU becomes a thing, the amount of leverage Downey had was absurd. So he's making like 50, 60 million each movie, and the other actors are, let's just say, not. But to his credit, what Downey would then do is use that leverage and really give back a lot to the cast and the crew, especially around the time of filming the actual Avengers movies. He would have this like big elaborate tent and this big elaborate place on the set with all kind of amenities, and it was like, the actual Tony Stark putting on a spread for the Avengers. It's kind of cool. That was the reality back then. I think it would be the reality moving forward, too. Regardless, I kind of get this feeling at the end of the article when they're talking about the wedding, they're all getting ready to get the band back together. And I think it's going to be a feel-good moment for them, and I think it's going to be a feel-good moment for us. Okay, so let's get into the interesting quotes here about Thor. We'll start with the Thor quote and the RDJ quote. Then I want to talk about the wedding, and then we'll break down what he is actually saying, because I think it's pretty interesting. All right. Okay, here we go. We'll start from here. He was a 25-year-old unknown when he booked Thor, one of the greatest gifts of his life. Leone got a note from the first film costume designer who told her that all of the actors who screen test for the role, only Hemsworth and his younger brother Liam, hung up their costumes afterwards. I had to laugh, Leone tells me. That wasn't necessarily what they did at home. Grateful as he was for the opportunity, Hemsworth grew frustrated by playing the great Asgardian defender. Sometimes I felt like a security guard for the team, he says. I would read everyone else's lines and go, oh, they got way cooler stuff. They're having more fun. What's my character doing? It was always about, you've got the wig on, you've got the muscles, you've got the costume, where's the lighting? Yeah, I'm part of this big thing, but I'm probably pretty replaceable. And then, like, Iron Man shows up. And he's like, fuck all that. His friend and co-star Robert Downey Jr. won't hear of such talk. First off, Thor as a character was super tricky to adapt, lots of implied limitations, but he and Ken Branagh figured out how to transcend, make him somehow relatable, but godlike, he says. Hemsworth is, in my opinion, the most complex psyche out of all us Avengers. He's got wit and gravitas, but also such restraint, fire, and gentleness. Wow. You know what I mean? It's crazy that he's even in here, like, talking. Like, yeah, I still don't fully understand it. But, damn, coming in and dropping, I think, some truth with regards to Chris's feelings. But we'll break it all down in a second. So, the article goes on. When Taika Waititi came aboard to direct 2017's Thor Ragnarok, he was as eager to tweak the Thor character as its megastar. They decided to have some fun with tone, letting Hemsworth dig into his natural comedic gifts, with the character wonderfully reduced to a god with a dad bod, wallowing and brokenhearted. They talk about Kate Blanchett here coming in, and she had no idea, like, just how goofy he was or how much of a goofball he was. Downey calls Hemsworth's work in Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame a formidable hat trick, but then came Love and Thunder, for which Hemsworth still can't forgive himself. And here's the quote here. I got caught up in the improv and the wackiness, and I became a parody of myself, he says. I didn't stick the landing. Now, earlier on in the article, it also talks about how he feels like he owes the fans. That's not a direct quote. It's something kind of that they just put in there after spending some time with him, okay? So that's the quote. That's what a lot of people are talking about. Now, let's talk about the wedding, because they talk about the wedding here, and then I want to do like a breakdown of what I think is going on here, why this is so freaking awesome, and why I'm excited to see more Thor, okay? So, where are we at here? Where are we at here? I think it's down here. Okay, yeah, here we go. Check this out. It's kind of cool. Kind of cool. We'll start from up here. All right. Recently, several Avengers gathered in the name of love at Chris Evans' wedding in Boston. Hemsworth brought his mother as his date, whom Downey calls a complete hoot. There's a lot of her in him. Hemsworth hadn't seen Jeremy Renner since the freak snowplow accident that hit the Avengers text chain like a bullet. He sent us all a sort of doped out, hospital beat up image and said, "All good, guys." And then I didn't hear from him for a while as he was in the thick of it. At the wedding, the gang rallied around their risen friend. If there's one characteristic we'd all agree is paramount, Downey says, of their crew, it's resilience. To see Renner embody that literally and in the context of what was basically a Portuguese-American wedding was mind-blowing. Fully recovered and ready to celebrate. So yes, miracles happen. There was an astounding sense of gratitude from him around just being alive, agreed Hemsworth. He's holding tightly onto that, especially now. So kind of interesting. Okay, couple of moments there. Now, I want to kind of just break all of this down for you guys and give you my thoughts as to why this is a big deal and what is the deal with this. So, number one, we already knew about rumors of a fifth Thor movie, and even when that first dropped, a lot of people seemed positive on it, which is interesting. I think most people regard Love and Thunder as pretty terrible, but a lot of people, whether this is the actual case or not, a lot of people just think it was Taika Waititi's fault. So I personally think a lot of Marvel fans forgive Chris and blame Taika, and I'd love to know, chat, like, what do you think? Is that kind of the way? Is that kind of the way you view this? That's the way I view it. That's the way I think most fans view it. That's what I saw online out there. And look, that movie, they were shooting. It was, early days of lockdown. They were in a different country. There's so much confusion. And I kind of think most of them just goofed off way too much. Yeah, and chat is basically saying yes. A lot of people blame Taika. So that's the thing, right? A lot of us don't really even blame Chris. But I got to tell you, man, as a fan, it really does mean a lot to me when I hear somebody talking like this. Okay? He's actually not blaming Taika, number one, so he's not blaming anybody. He's taking accountability. He's talking about how, he became a parody of himself. He didn't nail the landing. He feels like he owes fans. It means a lot. What you say matters. The words you choose to use, they matter. A lot. We talk about Kathleen Kennedy, we talk about Star Wars. And I think even if you're being super charitable to Kathy, you'd have to admit the language she uses and the sort of culture that she's created of the types of language that people there use when talking to the fans or about the fans, not productive. It's not a productive situation. You don't want to give the impression that it's the fans' fault or that you're being rude or anything like that. So to hear Chris kind of say and own and also kind of espouse this attitude that he owes the fans or he wants to make it right, it really does mean a lot to me. You know what I mean? It does. I was like, damn, that's fucking cool. Again, we didn't even really blame this dude. But it's cool that he's like, nah, I owe the fans. Nah, you know what I mean? I dropped the ball, we're going to make it right. I appreciate that, and I like that. In the context of this article, too, where he's talking about his career, and again, part of this article is literally he just wants to scream from the fucking mountaintops, I don't have Alzheimer's, I'm not retiring, I'm doing more work, is kind of the attitude. I find it really cool and interesting that he mentions the Thor thing, talks about how he owes us, and it just feels good, and I think he is coming back, and I think he's going to do some good work, okay? Now, The other thing, of course, that's kind of interesting about this article has to do with Robert speaking up the Avengers for Evan's wedding and that sort of core group of people. And I just kind of have the vibe that a lot of them are reaching the same point in their life. Like, you look at Hemsworth, and he leaves. He still does Thor, Love and Thunder, but he's doing a lot of work outside of the MCU. He's not really super involved right now. And he's had some success. He's done a lot of things that, the Extraction movies. He's in Furiosa, or Furiosa or whatever. So he's, doing his thing. And the article itself takes you through the mindset of somebody that doesn't know what their career is going to be like after having this sure thing, experimenting, trying to sort of find himself, also having a bunch of kids in a short period of time. Like, it really takes you through the mindset of a person that ages up, and I personally feel comes to a place where they sort of realize they're still not done with that character and realizes there's more to do and more legacy to sort of lay the groundwork for. And I mean, I've said this to you guys many times. I know we have conflicting opinions about bringing the Avengers back, right? But I think that that same thing that happened to Hugh Jackman, which was like, he's done, man. He's done, and he's done for a while. He's watching all this stuff transpire, watching the space, and then, like, he just kind of realizes he's not really done. He has more to do. He wants to do more. And it's like an athlete. I think, you look at Brady, you look at some of these athletes. I mean, freaking Mike Tyson at 60 years old is about to box again. When you do a thing and you're good at it, that feels really good. It just feels good in your life to be like, okay, this thing that I do, I'm good at, I'm providing, I have influence, I have, like, all of these good things are coming through me just doing this thing that I love. And I think a lot of people can relate to this feeling of, well, I need to do something else, because it can also become a trap, right? And the more you do the thing, like, there are moments where you get kind of sick of it. There were moments in the MCU where some of these characters' futures with the character was uncertain, right? I remember, like, oh, is there going to be more Chris Evans as Cap? Is there going to be more Thor? Do you guys remember this? And then they end up, like, signing and doing an extended thing. Now they've all gone away for the most part. They've gone away. And I think a lot of them are starting to realize that going back, reliving that, and having another one of those kind of moments or, time periods is actually good. And not to get, like, too spoilery, right? But we're talking about a wedding with a guy we know is signed. Chris Evans, you're going to see him probably sooner than you would think. Again, let's not go crazy on the spoilers. And he's already signed to be in Secret Wars as well. So he's there. Robert Downey Jr., who's out here doing interviews and also sneaking into other Avenger interviews. What the hell? We know he's signed too. That dude's coming back. So they're sort of all circling this idea. The other week, when it was reported that FEIGE told the Avengers to clear their schedules, that does include some of the new people, but it also includes a lot of the OGs. They just signed up for another 3, 4, maybe 5 years, depending on what it all looks like. So I found this article to be really illuminating as far as the mindset of a lot of these actors, mostly Chris, but through proxy of, like, RDJ and even the wedding and Renner and all that. I think that group chat right now, oh my God, if somebody could get me access to that Avengers group chat right now, and the amount of stuff that they're speculating, talking about, and all that. So that's another part of this that's really interesting. Now, last bit on this, let's talk about the character of Thor. Because I actually agree with Downey. I think most of you in chat do as well, right? I agree with Downey that Thor's character arc through Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame, incredible stuff. Maybe a little not so much in Endgame. I wasn't the biggest fan of him getting fat. But my point is, dude, he has such a great arc from Ragnarok into Infinity War. I thought it was brilliant. I thought it had a great character stuff. He's the glue of Infinity War, dude. He's that arc in Infinity War for him, mind-blowing. Okay? So Thor has had incredible moments. You know, like all the stuff he was saying, like, oh, I think I'm replaceable, this, that, second, and the third. Nah, man. Like, I understand why Downey had to come in and interrupt this interview. He's like, I'm going to let you finish in a minute. But Thor had one of the best arcs of all time. And I agree. I agree with Downey. So that's number one. But here's the thing. Loki also had an incredible arc around that same time. Ragnarok into Infinity War is a beautiful arc for Loki, which then affects the arc of Thor, the brother, right? And yet, we know that they took Loki out of the timeline and gave him somehow, some way, an even more incredible arc. The arc for Loki in his own show is just as good, if not better, than the arc that Thor had in Ragnarok, Infinity War, and Endgame. Okay? So now the game has changed. And I think you need to do something special, something significant with the Thor character to make it so the next time he meets Loki, which I think he will, we need Thor to feel like he has also gone through that level of growth, that level of change. In this article, Hemsworth talks a lot about just wanting to be respected by his peers, wanting to come from the comic book thing and be a little bit more respected just kind of overall. I think that was also a big thing for Downey on a side note. And, you know, some guys think, oh, Downey's got Oscar gold now, he's not coming back to Marvel. I completely disagree. I feel like that was what Downey needed to prove to himself that he can do it outside of the genre and be recognized by his peers. I feel like now he has that validation, and now he's ready to come back and play. That's just how I see it. Sorry, I almost died there. And so I think Hemsworth is looking for that as well. And this is cool, man, because what we're really talking about here is the ability for this Marvel character and this Marvel character actor who is like a pretty cool fucking guy. You know, like Hemsworth is a pretty cool guy. Again, the humility, the willingness to say, I owe the fans. I respect it a lot. I really do. They can do something special. It doesn't have to just be the let's fix Thor tonally. And I don't think it should be that. It should be, what can we do with Thor that will give Chris something pithy, something to chew on, something to like feel challenged by as an actor, something that's really interesting for the audience, something that's a little less goofy and a little less parody of himself, as he explained, and something that is big, grand, cosmic, epic in scale. Because I think Thor still holds on to a lot of guilt about the Thanos thing, right? So the recipe is great. The table is set. I'm really excited. I find this whole situation with Hemsworth, Thor, him apologizing, essentially wanting to make it up to the fans, and the fact that Loki is where he is at, and we somehow want to get Thor there, like that's like a beautiful thing. So I think this is fantastic news, and I think it also kind of speaks to the attitude of the OG Avengers, that group chat, and the fact that a lot of them are coming back, and they're not just coming back for a check. They're coming back because they did something truly incredible before. As time goes on, it becomes more and more obvious how special that era was, how special those movies were, This is legacy stuff. And I think they want to feel that again and potentially even do that again. So I'm excited. I really like hearing these words, and I just like kind of the energy that's around Marvel right now. I know there's obviously a lot of haters, a lot of people that doubt, a lot of people that have just been burned, and I totally get that. But I think for some of us that are really hardcore and have been really in this space, I'm excited because I think they're all going to have a chip on their shoulder. I think the genre's in question. I think Kevin Feige's in question. And I think, frankly, at this point, the Avengers and Marvel Studios may well be underdogs as far as whether or not they can reclaim the glory and become what they were. And I like an underdog. So that's the report. That's what the Avengers are saying, and that's why I'm so... Now it's getting hot in here. Let's test the fan, shall we? Okay, that feels pretty loud. What if I turn it down a little bit? Chat, how's the audio on that? Turn it off! Hey, you don't say that. Have we talked about X-Men 97 yet? No, we have not. It's fine. Oh my God, it's too loud. Can't hear it at all. My man. Turn it off. Ah! Can't even hear it? Let's go. Hell yeah. Turn it up? Maybe I will. As long as you keep yelling, it's fine. Okay, let's catch up on a few chats, and then we'll talk some X-Men 97, okay? Matic, Nerd Avengers for Life. Appreciate you, brother. Thank you, man. Dano Churious says, game idea, X-Men in the Mass Effect style. I did read that before, but that is cool. Jono says, 1:40 a.m. in Australia to finally catch a live, nerds. Hey, I appreciate it, bro. Thank you, man. How's the old Australia doing there, mate? Is that a good accent? Probably not. Lou says, WDW Pro rumor, Feige wants Storm to lead Wakanda. Possibly. I gotta be honest, I have not heard anything about that. Now, here's the thing. I'm kind of trying to get out of the scoop thing a little bit. I'm like slowly kind of easing my way out of that space. I don't really even want to do scoops anymore. I don't want to talk to sources anymore. But I haven't heard anything to back that up, you know? So, look, it could be true. I'm not even going to ask people if it is. We'll find out together. Could that happen? Maybe. Blue X says, yo, happy 8 months. Nerd Adventures for life, baby. Unity. Oh, hell yeah. Should we see if we have any new Unity art? Let me just double check something. I don't think we do, but let's check. Let's check it out. Ah! No. It is Wednesday, right? How do I reach these kids? Come on, Stan. Come on, man. It's Wednesday. You're supposed to be knocking out a bunch of work this week, and I don't have any new pages in there? Thanks, though, man. Appreciate it, Blue X. Leonard, man, 10 spot. That's very generous, brother. Says, it feels like the Avengers assembling at the Chris wedding was a catalyst. RDJ has his Oscar now. They want the band back together. Dude, that's 100%. 100%. That's what I'm talking about. I feel the same way. I feel like they want it back. I feel like they've got some unfinished fucking business with this Marvel shit. And I'm excited to see it. It's Thursday down here in Kangaroo Land. Damn, okay. Wow. Y'all are ahead, huh? Connor says, will we ever get a proper Loki Thor reunion? I believe so. I believe that is on a whiteboard in the Marvel offices. And it's circled, and there's an arrow pointing to it, and it says, big fucking deal. That's what I think. So, yeah, I hope they do that. The Exodus says, make Thor Allfather and catalyst for OG reunion. Yeah. Some people think it could be Allfather. Some people think it could be Rune King Thor, who's like a super powerful kind of reality warping version of Thor. That could be really cool. So, yeah, we'll see what direction they go with it for sure. Can you call Rob to talk about X-Men 97? I mean, I bet Rob is hard at work on some videos. But, yeah. Oh, cool. Let me do a thing real quick here. I want to send something to my editor here. Because he's ready to go. My man, up early, ready to go, baby. Let's go. I got a little long-winded on that clip, though. Holy shit. I think I talked about that for 24 minutes, so we're going to need to edit out a lot of the, you know. Also, guys, before we get into the next story here, can I talk to you guys about a potential problem that we're dealing with the streams and everything? Can I talk about it? It's a potential problem here? And then, Leon, I'll get into your super chat here in a second, okay? Guys, so Friday, we're doing a big old Fortnite stream to celebrate Star Wars Fortnite, May the 4th and all that, right? I gotta be honest with you guys. So I got Fortnite the other week to start practicing. I was killing it. Not on the stream, but I was playing a lot offline, and I was killing it. All of a sudden, I get into gold ranking in ranked, and bro, I am getting shit on. Guys, I'm getting shit on. Like, it's fucking bad, bro. I'm actually in platinum now. And it's even worse. Don't play ranked then? Yeah, maybe. Maybe on Friday we'll do no ranked, huh? Play no build? I am playing no build! Like, it went from, oh, man, I'm feeling really good. I'm getting a lot of, like, top threes, you know. I'm feeling really good. To, like, dude, every time I come up against somebody now, I'm like, dude, this is the sweatiest Fortnite player I've ever seen. I'm getting shit on, bro. I'm getting shit on. And so I'm a little worried. About Friday's stream. Get good? Okay, that's good advice. Thanks. Anybody else got any advice? Anybody else? Why don't you just play unranked? I will play some unranked, but I like the challenge. Josh, if you want people to gift you stuff on Fortnite, you need to be friends for at least 48 hours. What's your username? I think it's Merc Odinson. Maybe we'll fire up Fortnite after we get through some of these other things, and we can see how it's going. Some of you guys will carry. Well, that'd be nice. By the way, on Friday, I think we're going to start kind of early, man. As long as it's out. Like, as long as the Fortnite stuff is out and the Star Wars shit is in there, anybody, by the way, when does that happen? Can somebody help me out? When does that happen on Friday? Can somebody get Mr. Fortnite on the phone? Josh, did you really think you were just going to get on a game that's been out for years and dominate? Yes. Yes, I did think that, yeah. Because I'm the best. Because I got skills. What level is your guy? 1 to 12, you're in bot games. In rank, though, that's probably not bots. I don't know what level I am. Downtime will probably end around 6, 7 a.m. Well, let's not get crazy. I'm not trying to wake up that early. I got to roll out of bed, have a couple of coffees, think about life, chill in my robe, you know? Let's not get fucking crazy, guys. Goddamn. 7 a.m.? That's going to be fun. I'm Mr. Fortnite. Update starts around 3. Thank you, Mr. Fortnite. Appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah, so that'll be fun. I figure... Are we doing the GameStop gift card today? No, but that's a good point. It is the first of the month. But here's what I want to do. We're going to do that next Friday. So I want to give people time to figure it out. Guys, it's the first of the month. That means it's a new month. That means we have to give out another $200 GameStop gift card to a lucky member. And you could be that member. You could be a member here on YouTube. You could be a member over on Twitch. And if you do it over on Twitch, you could do it for free if you have Amazon Prime. And you could do it on both. Oh, my God. And if you do it on both, you get 2 chances to win the $200 GameStop gift card. I'll throw in a couple of Cokes as well. So make sure you do that. And we'll do that drawing next Friday. And I'll continue to remind you guys so you have time to do it. I got both. Well, did you reset it up today? Because your Bezos money goes, it stops at the end of the month. So maybe you don't have both, and maybe it's a good thing that we wait until next Friday so that you can sign back up. Yeah. You'd be great on infomercials. I'll consider it. I'll think about it. Josh, the screaming and screeching really fucking irks me. Sorry, LOL. Well, you know what that makes me want to do? You know what that makes me want to say? Maybe I'll do it a little bit reserved. Here, I'll turn the gain down a little. Wait, let me just get some of this out of my system. Okay, if I get some of this out of my system, then it'll be better for all of us, okay? Okay. Yeah. I think we're good. Feeling much better. Me every time I pee. You might want to get that looked at. My friend. Okay, slight spoilers here for X-Men 97. Just one thing that I want to talk about here. One thing. We got to talk about this. Okay, slight spoiler. So, the newest X-Men 97, it's fire, bro. Just like all the X-Men 97s. This is the first of the 3-part finale that will wrap up this first season. And it's dope, man. There's a lot of different things you can look at, get into, speculate about, theorize about. It's really cool. But there was one thing that kind of fucked me up a little bit and kind of just made me, like, it actually pulled me a little bit out of the show. It all has to do with this guy. This freaking guy right here. Spider-Man. Not dollar store Kmart bullshit ass Spider-Man like that other show had. But a real Spider-Man. And not just a real Spider-Man. One of the dopest versions of Spider-Man that you've ever seen in your whole life. And yes, Bo DeMeo confirmed this is the Amazing Spider-Man from the Amazing Spider-Man animated show from the 90s. Okay, so, first of all, that's fucking cool. Holy shit. Letter number 2, though. What? The last time we saw this freaking guy, he goes into the multiverse to try to find Mary Jane. So is this him after finding Mary Jane? Are we because this is crazy. Like, this immediately when I saw this, I was like, "Oh my god, I think that's him." What's the timeline here? Wait, what is happening? So, I think this Spider-Man could have already gone throughout the multiverse in the different time streams, found Mary Jane, and now he's back in this universe. We've also heard some rumors, dude, that they're going to do this show. And after X-Men 97, bro, after X-Men 97, come on, man. Of course we want this show back. The Spider-Man show was so good. So good. Love this character. Maybe one of my favorite versions of Spider-Man, no cap. That was an incredible version. Right up there with the X-Men 90s show as far as nostalgia and sort of informative years for me as a nerd. So there are rumors we're going to get this freaking guy back. Okay? And in fact, I think there's some rumbling starting to come out that one of the people over at Marvel's Studios Animation or Marvel Animation that had worked on the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man show is now working for some kind of top secret shit over at Marvel Animation. I think it's this guy. And there's multiple ways they could take this. But if this is the guy and his is after the Mary Jane stuff, they could do a show explaining that from the perspective of the multiverse. That might get a little bit messy with some of the other multiversal stuff that they're trying to do. They could explain that he never found her after years and years and years. They could explain that he quickly found her, and now she's back as well. But, oh my goodness, the GOAT is back. And we live in a world now after X-Men 97 where, like, if they announced this, we wouldn't be asking all these questions that we asked with 97 because there was just a lot of Phase 4, Phase 5 baggage. We're all just like, bro, please don't fuck up X-Men 97. Like, no, right? But now that we know they've executed, all of a sudden the prospect of this show becomes incredibly exciting. So when I saw this, man, I was like, bro, that's the guy. Again, Bo DeMeo confirmed. That's the guy. So what's the timeline? How does this happen? And would the show be the multiversal adventure? Because, dude, like, this is my thing. Marvel had this attitude. We just got to call it spade a spade. Absolutely love Marvel Studios. Absolutely love Kevin Feige. However, there was an attitude that happened, I want to say, for the last 4 to 5 years, which was, yes, this was good, but we need the MCU version to be its own unique thing. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? They were like, no, we can't adapt this. No, we don't want to bring these characters back. No. The MCU version's very different. Now we've kind of let that go, and it seems like we're understanding that just doing what worked before can work again, right? And so you look at Spider-Man Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, that feels like old Marvel mentality of like, well, we can create our own version, it'll be better than everybody, and the MCU version is going to be dope, like we're going to do all these things, which, I mean, we haven't seen Friendly Neighborhood, so like maybe it is incredible. But imagine the new mentality taking this old project and just going. And I would tell them, you need to really work something out with Sony, because if you did a show like this and then you bring in other multiversal elements as well, man, it becomes like really, really exciting. It could be very cool. So a lot of potential for this. Seeing this guy was nuts. Having it confirmed that he's the real guy is nuts. And I hope that we see more of him. Maybe in this show, that would be great. But if not in X-Men 97, please bring his show back and let us enjoy this version of Spider-Man, because he is freaking dope as hell, chat. So I wanted to talk about that. That's dope, man. That's dope. A1 Exec FPS, thanks for the love, man. Says, much love. I see those destroyed Coke boxes in the background. Legendary stream. Yeah, it was all right. Thanks, man. I appreciate the support. Thank you so much, brother. Yeah, so what do you guys think of Spider-Man? Let me catch up on a couple chats here. Leon says, we're going to talk about Funko Fusion, bro. What the hell is Funko Fusion? What about the Doom cameo? We're going to get into that. Don't worry. We'll get into that. I think I'm way behind on live stream, but the MCU reporting the Hemsworth article was incredible stuff, Josh. Incredible. Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Show Doom? Should we show a little Doom here? Let me see here. Let me try to get Doom pulled up. Should we put a little Doom on the screen for you? There he is. There he is. And then Zemo, right? Zemo, done right. Old Polaris was cool too, for sure. Julian, what's up, man? How's the watch over on Twitter? They did have a lot of fun cameos. For sure. Omega Red on the loose, I know, right? It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. John says, well, first of all, LS Photography, welcome to the Nerd Vengers. Appreciate the love. You are a Nerd Venger now. John says, still riding strong with the Nerd Vengers. I haven't started X-Men 97. Is it the show to get me back into Marvel? Yes, bro. Watch it, please. Glad y'all are hyped over it, Nerd Vengers for life. X-Men 97 is doing things to fans. It's doing things. X-Men 97 might be top 5 Marvel project ever created. It might stand toe-to-toe with Infinity War Endgame, Winter Soldier. The craftsmanship is undeniable. The layers, the writing, it's just, I don't know, man. It's brilliant. It's truly brilliant. Truly a brilliant show. Philip Hatch says, what are the odds that Phase 4 and 5 was all Feige's plan to entice the OG Avenger actors back to the studio? They were always going to come back. At least some of them were. And no, I doubt that, brother. I doubt that. I think Phase 4 and 5, things really went off the rails for a lot of people. So I don't really think it's that deep. This wasn't 6D chess. This was like failed 8D chess. Tylen says, Josh B. Godzilla. I don't know what that means, but I will accept that. I will accept that. Do you think the fact that they keep showing members of X Factor means anything? I mean, it means... I don't know if it's teasing anything. I would assume maybe they'd be coming in. If there's really a mutant-human war, then yes. But I also think it's just... It's to make it feel more lived in. It's to make it feel more... like it lines up with the actual comics and stuff like that. You know? So, yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff. All right, there's another thing I want to talk about. I actually want to talk about, and we don't do this all the time, but I kind of want to talk a little bit about Star Wars. Have you guys ever heard of Star Wars? Do you know anything about Star Wars? Okay. Let me see something here. Now, this is a scene that was shown for the new, like, you go see the prequels in the movie theaters. Hang on. Recently, there's actual footage of the Acolyte, more than just the trailers, an extended scene that was shown in movie theaters when people went to go see the prequels. Right now, you can go to the movie theaters, you can watch the prequels, and they have this scene attached. It's to promote the Acolyte. Okay, now this is sideways. So in order to watch this, we all have to tilt our heads like this. So it's a little bit like this. Do it with me now. Do it with me now. Here we go. And hold. There's got to be a better way to do this. Can we turn this thing? Hang on a second. Can I? Transform. Ooh, wait. Hang on. Oh, wait, wrong way. Hang on, we're going to figure this out. Hey! Here we go.
Master Endora.
Oh! Karate fighting! Looks like some good karate fighting! Ah! Oh, they even play the thing from, like, Trinity from the Matrix. It's kind of fun. Ooh, holding it with the Force? Just in time.
to use it. What is that?
Yeah, what's up with that cow in the background? Somebody needs to stop that thing. All right, so here's the thing, guys. Okay, here's the thing. Obviously, Acolyte, a lot of questions. It almost feels like the marketing is trying to get half the country to not watch this fucking thing. I'm gonna be honest, like that's kind of what it feels like, right? However, I still can't help but wonder, what if this show is dope? Because that action sequence, I kind of liked it. There is an element of like, I don't know exactly what it is. It looks a little fan filmish. There's like something with the lighting or something with it feels a little cheap. But I like the aliens. I like the choreography. I like some of the angles. I like Jedi, the Force. A lot of dope shit happening in Acolyte. And have you ever heard the expression that the most entertaining outcome is the most likely? Have you ever heard that expression before? Right now, the conversation around Acolyte is pretty rough. Okay, it's pretty rough. In fact, chat, where are you at? Where's your hype level for the Acolyte? Put it into the chat, out of 10. Like, where are you at? How you feeling, okay? I would say most of the fan base is ready to either reject it or, like, not watch it. I think there's a lot of questions. As I've said, I think the marketing for this show has been interesting. Let's call it interesting. And chat, a lot of people not excited for it. But I think a very fascinating outcome with this whole situation would be for Acolyte to be legitimately incredible Star Wars. Like, is it possible that The Acolyte is some of the best Star Wars we've seen under Disney, and it's so good that some of us are like, I really don't like when Leslie Headland says this, that, second, or the third, but the show kind of slaps. Is it even possible for the show to be that? Is it even possible? I'm so interested and fascinated because my sort of perspective on Acolyte has been really back and forth. The leak trailer was fantastic. Some of the leaks that we talked about a couple of years ago, the plot leaks, we don't know if they're real or not, they sound fantastic. A lot of stuff in the show at face value sounds fantastic. I don't know about fighting the fucking patriarchy, and I don't know about, this is the first time we've had, the other week we watched that, it was like a EW thing or whatever, and all the actors and all the people are out there, and they're talking about, like, representation and how it's so meaningful in the show and all. You guys remember that? We talked about that. Well, I thought a lot about that later. In the moment, it was hitting me weird. I didn't know exactly how to digest it, but I thought about it more later, and I was like, you know what's kind of part of the reason that this rubs me the wrong way? Is we just had a trailer, I think it was like a week before, that's about Tales of the Empire, and it's like incredibly diverse, dude. And you don't see what's her name, Asanto, the lady that plays Morgan Elsbeth. You don't like see her coming in and like talking about that. You don't hear Rosario Dawson coming in and be like, yeah, representation and all that, because the truth is they're a little more in it. Like, if some of the actors and some of the people that were saying that and were like all about this diversity, and they were like, dude, this is incredible. This is a safe space for black nerds. It's a safe space for Asian nerds and all these different things. It's like, it's not that you're wrong. It's that if you were an actual Star Wars fan, you would have known a lot of those bridges were crossed a long time ago. You are not the one actually doing this thing that you think you're doing. It's been an open and friendly space for a long, long time, and we've had incredible diversity within Star Wars for a long fucking time. So it just feels inauthentic because it feels like you're not actually aware of the thing. It's not that like diversity bad. I mean, for some of you guys it is, and God bless you. It's not that diversity bad. It's that you're saying shit that makes me feel like you're not a fan. It makes me feel like you're somehow invalidating all the things I already know to be true about the thing. And Lucasfilm is propping you up. And that kind of feels like, fuck reality. We care more about the perception for fans that aren't even fans. Do you know what I'm saying? So I say all of that to say there's an aspect of Acolyte that is doing maybe the worst possible thing you can do in its promotion. And I think that's created a lot of why there are so many debates, discussions, and arguments about Acolyte, right? And I'm fully aware of it. I'm fully aware of it. I totally get it. I totally understand it. But the other side of it is, despite what all of them are saying, and despite that cringe reality, the show kind of looks good. Like, I still believe there is a scenario where all of that amounts to noise and maybe just lack of social cues and some awkwardness. And the show itself is still fucking amazing. I still think that's possible. And maybe even the most likely outcome simply because it would be the most entertaining. To watch people have to try to grapple with that concept. That all of these things, while true, do not negate the fact that it's fan-fucking-tastic content. So, Acolyte, right around the corner. We just got to look at this footage. It looks good. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it looks good to me. And so I will be seated with my popcorn in my Jedi robes and very much ready to swear at the TV and curse out Leslie Headland and give up on Star Wars completely and totally, but also ready and willing for the show to be good and to take me on a ride. What are the odds that Acolyte is actually incredible and that it really helps Star Wars out as a brand? I don't think they're necessarily good odds, but I think we do have a chance. And so I'm so curious. I'm almost more curious about that than I am in the secrets of the plot. Because that's going to be a fascinating thing to watch go down. And another just weird reality that Star Wars has found itself in as a brand. I guess we're going to find out. We're going to find out together. Acolyte, the next hit show! Let's go. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the chat right now. Some of you guys are losing your minds. Disney just directing the interviewers to say what they want to hear. Could be good fingers do. Yeah, no, I mean, I think they're certainly being directed. But again, I think that's the reason it really feels cringe. And ultimately, like, it feels so self-congratulatory. But, like, bro, this shit has been done. Like, I'm sorry, it just has. Like, think about how diverse Ahsoka is. Ahsoka didn't come out and talk about how grateful they were to be all female-led and be diverse. No, they just showed us cake. It's a different strategy. You know what I mean? What if the action is dope, but they totally F up the morality of the Jedi? Then it's a full stop no. Well, people hate that show, so not a good example. I don't think the majority hate that show. And it's also not about the quality. That's not the point I'm making. Acolyte will be to Star Wars what 97 was to Marvel. Wouldn't that be wild? Wouldn't that be wild? Your points are salient, but have to disagree on it looking good. That's fair. And also, What a wild usage of salient. Good for you. I'm jealous. I'm taking that. Now I'm going to start using salient. That's my thing. That's my thing now, Kimosabi. You don't remember the freak out over a black stormtrooper, Finn, in the first trailer? No, I don't. I'm sure it happened. I don't remember a freak out at all. That's actually a good question. Do you guys remember a freak out? Maybe you're hanging out at the wrong bars. I remember zero freak out. Some people say yes. That's that's all right. Yes. Nope. No. 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 Yeah, I don't really remember a freak out at all. A1 exec, hey, followed up with a 10 spot. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. Says, just recently finished the Darth Plagueis novel and book 1 of the Darth Bane trilogy, and it upsets me how much Disney has botched the IP. Yeah. Such great stories and lore to just be cast aside. Yeah, I think that's true, man. Look, this is part of the reason why Marvel is on a better trajectory than Star Wars. Star Wars has source material. Kathy famously came out and said, we don't have comics, we don't have all these novels and all this stuff. Literally, you do. And you don't just have novels. You have some of the greatest people that ever tell Star Wars within that universe. And they put their heart and soul into some of these stories. Right? So it's not just, oh, you have source material. No, at the time, that's what Star Wars was. And a lot of the EU people, they're incredibly talented. They came together and did something wild, right? Whether it's Timothy Zahn or just any of the other authors. Carpathian actually was one of them. So you had incredible stories to pull from, done by really good storytellers. And you did kind of cast all that shit aside and try to do like your own stuff. So, yeah, I mean, it is tough looking at some of the best stuff from the EU and seeing what they've essentially done. And I think, like, again, Marvel was kind of on a similar path. I feel like Marvel's now a little bit more going back to the roots and less focus on, like, being original and being different. Just do what worked before. But even Marvel, like, then would take storylines from great comic book stories and adapt them. I mean, how hard is that to do? At least for the inspiration, right? So, yeah, I totally think that is a shame. Definitely. Mav says, Josh, you nailed it with this take. I think we forget that they also have to sometimes sell a perspective to get an actor to do their thing. Yeah, no, I think that's fair, but that's why it rings inauthentic and it feels so silly, right? Like, I don't even think Rose Tico is a good character, but like this idea of Asian actors coming into Star Wars and trying to say this is somehow, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't think you're actually a fan. And it's okay. But then you shouldn't, like, talk out of class. Like, you shouldn't speak out of class. Like, speak like you know what you're talking about. This has been an ongoing effort. And it's had some success. It's had some failure. You know? Finn got done dirty. Finn did get done dirty. There's no denying that. There's no denying that shit. Asian samurai culture is probably best fitted for the Star Wars universe. Yeah, 100%. Of course. Of course. Rose might be the most pointless character in my opinion. Shoehorned in so they could have a shoehorned side plot. What's happening here? Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I think that Rose is still a character. Like, it just feels weird to make a big deal out of Asian actors coming in to Star Wars damn near 10 years after The Last Jedi. You know what I mean? It just feels like you're not really in it, and the point you're making, it just feels inauthentic and out of touch. You know what I mean? Now, if you wanted to say, like, yo, a lot of Asian actors in here, but I'm going to do my thing, and, like, okay, so here's something that's kind of cool. Y'all see John Wick? The newest John Wick? So, Donnie Yen, in that movie, when he was approached, he said, I will do this movie, and I want to do this movie, but I want to break from tropes for Asian characters. So he wanted to do something different as an Asian action star that had been doing a lot of the same shit for like 20, 30 years. And it rings of authenticity. And also, Donnie's been in the trenches. He's done these fucking movies. It's not, he has earned the right to say that and not just get an eye roll. Because we're like, oh, yeah, I mean, I guess you have done 40 kung fu movies, which generally have the character's temperament pretty stereotypical. I just feel like a lot of this stuff rings inauthentic, and it feels like people just feel like they should be saying stuff like that. And I think a lot of people just haven't caught up to, like, what works on the internet. Like, in the world of the internet, in the world of streaming and YouTube and content, like, authenticity is king. Authenticity is the most important. So when Lucasfilm does stuff that feels very inauthentic, and then they shut down their own live stream chats, turn off comments, or, as recently was revealed, put out a bunch of bots that try to stand up for the new game, even though it's a total fucking ripoff from Ubisoft. And their solution to PR is grabbing up a bot farm and trying to support the game artificially, which people just see and call them out further. It's like they just don't get the rules of the internet. It's maybe Kathy's biggest problem is, like, just being such a fucking boomer and just thinking that you can control this like daytime TV. You cannot. That's not how that shit works. So, Acolyte. You know what I mean? Like, we'll see, bro. What if it's amazing? Despite all the odds. Despite all the odds. Mav says, Josh, I already agree with you. Talk 40K drama now. No, I don't want to. I'm starting to get over the 40K drama. I told my buddies probably just a month or two more, and I'll be ready to come back and play some Warhammer. And if I get into the Warhammer weeds right now, it's You said the same thing about Andor a week beforehand. That's true. That's true. You're not wrong. Jason says, Josh, I don't like that you're optimistic because I also think it'll be good, and I like when you're wrong. Well, I kind of got you in a box then. I kind of got you in a box. What are the chances that the Beyonder is behind X-Men 97? Could be. You know what I think is actually more of a chance? Immortus. What if it's Immortus and Apocalypse? Immortus is revealed to be that crazy dude at the nexus of time where they have their final fight against Apocalypse. Bishop gets lost in the... You know what I'm saying? Remember, Cable keeps getting pushed back. There's some kind of temporal thing happening. Fixed moment in time, they talk about. Karmertage, they talk about. You know what? On that note, should we just watch Paul's video now? Should we just watch Paul's video and get into this?
Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host, Paul, and in this video we're breaking down X-Men 97.
Oh, shit. Hang on.
We've now...
How did I do this? Yippee!
Welcome to the Heavy Spoilers Show. I'm your host, Paul, and in this video we're breaking down X-Men 97. We've now hit the first in the three-part finale, with the episodes being called Tolerance is Extinction. This is the mentality that we've seen throughout the characters, with Beast leading into it during the events of Genosha. Rogue dropped Trask like a like on the video, and there's a real feeling that they might have had enough. Genosha was basically akin to a terror attack, and we all know what happens in the aftermath of those. There's lots of big things that the show's going to be tackling.
Yeah, unfortunately we do kind of, don't we? Damn.
With, and throughout this video we're going to break it all down. This will contain Easter eggs, hidden details and things you missed, along with everything that we thought about the episode. Make sure you subscribe for our breakdowns on the final two, as I can't wait to talk about them. With out of the way though, thank you for clicking this. Now let's get into X-Men 97.
Oh, hell yeah.
Now, rather than getting the usual added-in shots, we just get repeated ones from earlier in the season. Not trying to slag them off, mate, but these show Cable and Apocalypse in their future war in the year 3999. You know, we get Nimrod and Master Mold, and lastly a shot of Magneto at Asteroid M. This pulls from the two-parter Sanctuary, and we will talk about that later on in the video. Cutting to Cable blasting bottles, we see he and Cyclops aren't exactly having some quality father and son time. Cyclops is unable to connect with his son, and he marvels at the professor's ability to be a dad.
Yeah.
Xavier saw all mutants.
It was cool. I like when stories do this, when they kind of anchor to core emotional things, and it's layered. So, yeah, I really like this.
This is his children, and he himself as a child of the Atom. We also learn that Cable and Bishop were separated, with it teasing the character's return down the line. Now, the episode itself is titled Tolerance is Extinction, and it kickstarts a three-part finale. The title itself is based off two stories, with these both being major Marvel events. The first of these is Operation Zero Tolerance.
What the hell happened to Paul's voice in here, man? He recorded this maybe in multiple settings or something? I feel like this is after, like, I don't know, he had like a couple cups of coffee, or maybe he was skiing in the Alps, if you know what I'm saying. Like, God damn, dude, he turned it up. Here, listen to this. Listen to where his voice is, and listen to how it goes.
Professor's ability to be a dad. Xavier saw all mutants as his children, and he himself as a child of the Atom. We also learn that Cable and Bishop were separated, with it teasing the character's return down the line. Now, the episode itself is titled Tolerance is Extinction, and it kickstarts a three-part finale. The title itself is based off two stories.
Like right here, he's like, the title itself is based off two stories. And I don't know, what the hell happened here, Paul?
These both being major Marvel events. The first of these is Operation Zero Tolerance. That was something that appeared last week, with the initials of OZT appearing at one point. The second event is E for Extinction.
Maybe he just really had to poop. You know what I mean? Like, I've been there. You know, you're recording a video, and then all of a sudden you really got to poop, and then you change your cadence or whatever, you know?
Which in the comics introduced Cassandra Nova.
No! They were dancing, drinking wine, making love!
Xavier actually quoted this in the episode, with that line specifically pulling from the comics. Nova is showing up in Deadpool and Wolverine, and they have based a lot of things off what happens there. That had the Wild Sentinel attacking Genosha, which was the big event in this season so far. So far, mate. I doubt that Nova is going to turn up though, and instead I think we're heading towards Messiah Complex. We will talk about that more later on in the video, but the title kind of gives away where things are going. Tolerance is extinction. It's pretty much the mind state that a lot of the mutants are dealing with. Ro gave Trask a date with the pavement, and I feel like it's going to be Xavier who guides them all back from this. And at this point,
Yeah, probably.
Cable basically does a spoiler man and breaks down everything about Bastion. Using a diagram that looks like the chain of evolution, we learn that he plans on making the next step. We discover that the fallout from Genosha allowed him to get government funding, which explains why he's been rubbing shoulders with people like Val Cooper. This started a war that lasted 300 years, with Morph joking it's another timeline where Logan's the last to die.
Yeah,
that plays off Logan, Old Man Logan, and by the looks of it, it's something that they're doing in Deadpool and Wolverine. Now, Cable explains how Bastion upgraded humanity, and this led into a utopia. We see what society would look like if I didn't constantly make mistakes in the videos, and we get what I think might be Russia. Might not be, so my comment section's what's keeping us in the dark timeline, and we learn what happened to the mutants. And Slave, we see things that build off the back of Slave Island and also repairs to the Golden Gate Bridge. I think this builds off the back of The Last Stand, in which Magneto used it to get to Alcatraz. Now, Bastion is also a big character from the comics who was a fusion between Nimrod and Master Mold. Nimrod was virtually indestructible, so the X-Men had to find another way to beat him. This was referenced in One Man's Worth, with his body going back together like the liquid metal Terminator. Sending the machine through the Siege Perilous, this was a pan-dimensional portal in which all those were judged. Cast back by the universe's higher powers, he returned to Earth as a human Sentinel hybrid. He was taken in by Rose Gilberti and given the name Sebastian, which was shortened down to Bastion. Throughout his life, he became fascinated with the mutant problem, which, as we'll talk about later on, was due to his subconscious. Teaming up with anti-mutant groups like the Friends of Humanity, we know that he's been laced throughout most of the season. We've already done a big breakdown going through it all, but he's appeared in every episode except for number 3. The first one had a flash of his childhood, with his hands being the ones that held the purple crayon.
Interesting.
He was the buyer that the Friends of Humanity referred to, and we could see his back at the government meeting. In episode 4, he appeared next to Forge, with him passing in front of the frame during episode 5. 6 was said to be a sort of cameo, with a globe turning into purple flames. So it's all been hiding in plain sight, which was a master stroke of what they've been planning. I actually think it'll be revealed that Cable and Mission made him when they travelled to the future, which kind of ties this whole thing together. We will see, but Robert Comics Explained came up with this theory, and it definitely makes a lot of sense. Check out his video if you want to learn more, but so far his predictions have been pretty bang on. At this point, Cable's computer comes out of his wrist, which is something we saw guiding him during Time Fugitives. It's basically Navi from Zelda, or Siri. It's basically a futuristic Siri that informs the character on historical events. This is so he can navigate the past and understand how his actions might alter the future. On the hologram, we see some other cool details, including a time stream with several different branches. This looks like it builds off the back of the one shown at He Who Remains Citadel, and we can catch some interesting events. The first of these looks like the formation of the X-Men, and you can see an outline of Professor X and Magneto. The next major one looks like Marvel Girl, aka Jean Grey. They got her after setting up the school, and I love how there's all these branches that show where things have gone. Beast also mentions Carmitage, which is where the Ancient One trained Doctor Strange. They talk about fixed points in time, which is something that was brought up during What If. Episode 4 had Strange trying to say...
so this is something we've never actually... And by the way, I have a long-standing rumor on this. I wonder if this will be explored. My current rumor is that there are fixed moments in time, and the only way to truly escape the fixed moments in time is to destroy or rebuild eternity. There's a line in Quantumania where the Kang that was exiled says we will destroy eternity. And eternity, you know, we see it in Love and Thunder, but it's like just kind of a shitty version of what eternity is. But I personally think, so let me explain. I think we'll see the Beyonder Kang in Avengers 5 and Avengers 6, but he still doesn't have total and complete control. He's beyond everything, and yet he still can't change the fixed moments in time. So even if he destroys the entire multiverse and restarts it, the fixed moments in time still have to happen. And that's not good enough for that Kang. And so I think even like throughout Secret Wars, Beyonder Kang is going to want to destroy eternity. That's what he wants. And I think the multiversal Avengers, they're going to try to prevent him from destroying eternity, because then he could truly make the universe whatever he wanted it to be. But until then, he still has to deal with the ramifications of the fixed moments in time. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Which is now Thor's daughter, right? Yeah, so she might play into this as like the new eternity or something. I'm not really sure. Yeah, it's fascinating. The Maker? Maybe. Maybe. Yeah, so that's kind of the thing that I think is going to tie a lot of this multiversal stuff together. They kind of talk about it in Spider-Man with the canon events. Feels very similar to the fixed moments in time. Right. I like what you're cooking. Thanks, man. Parker Gonzo says, Fortnite Lego Star Wars trailer just dropped. Let's watch that, but let's finish up Paul's video first, or at least most of it. And then we'll watch the Fortnite thing, okay?
Save Christine from dying, but he was unable to alter reality. This is why Cable's unable to change things, and we learn that he couldn't save Genosha. It's all pulling off the back of Operation Zero Tolerance, which was a major crossover in the Marvel Universe. First beginning in 1997, you can see why they picked the backdrop of it for the show. Although Bastion was returned as a humanoid, his prime directive started creeping in his mind. Creating nanotech, he experimented on humans and turned them into his own sleeper agents. Known as Prime Sentinels, they would attack when activated, and they worked as his sleeper cells against the mutants. Loads of crazy things happened in it, like Bastion's head got cut off and then was passed around like a June popcorn bucket. The X-Men were caught and captured, and yeah, just an insane run that I never thought they'd adapt. There is a possibility we could even lead into Avengers vs. X-Men if we go from this into Messiah Complex. That had the arrival of the mutant Messiah Hope Summers, with Avengers vs. X-Men then centering around her. Now on the news, we see the X-Men learning Xavier's alive, and the guys leading the Shield. However, rather than being seen as a good thing, there's conspiracies the X-Men faked it for sympathy, and they might even be behind the death of Gyrick. Though Xavier is loved by the mutants,
yeah,
you can see why humanity might fear his rule.
Because he's using propaganda, man. Like, they're setting up a conflict by showing you a narrative. I thought that was cool.
They're already scared of his powers and the mutants that he leads, and on top of this, he's now leading the Shi'ar. They're an extremely powerful empire, and humanity basically wouldn't be able to stand up to them. The Kree and Ronin were easily slapped away by the Imperial Guard, with Deathbird literally making Ronin get that step-on-me energy. Their religion urges them to unite all peoples and societies together, except they do this by force. As Xavier explained, they cut off the kneecaps and pretty much forced planet after planet to join with the Empire. Just like the Landra, the Shi'ar also debuted in X-Men 97, so he's good connection that. Now their throne world is Chandela, and their home world's called the Eyrie, where they left to take over and rule 1,000,000 planets. Now they initially worshipped the Phoenix Force, but things turned sour when they saw the atrocities the hosts of it committed, and thus they turned against this chaotic cosmic force. The Imperial Guard were formed to combat it, with Gladiator eliminating the host Rukshare. The fear of the Phoenix Force led them to try and take out Jean Grey in the comics and the original 90s run of the show. The Shi'ar would also eventually go to war with the Kree during Operation Galactic Storm, a thinly veiled reference to Operation Desert Storm, the name for the Gulf War. However, the war would result in a tragic atrocity as the conflict escalated, engineered by Deathbird. She set off a Naga bomb, and billions died in the explosion, with the tech being derived from Captain Marvel's Naga bands. In the show, the Kree and Shi'ar are currently at war with the Supreme Intelligence in hiding, so it seems like we are getting the start of Operation Galactic Storm. Now the big question I have is, with Xavier gone as Peacemaker, will we see Carol Danvers? Potentially we could see her popping up in the show, as some of her major stories revolve around the Shi'ar. However, look on the question and ponder, what if at the end of the Marvels, Maria Rambeau is revealed to be the binary of another world with Kelsey Grammer's Beast? Ooh. I know everyone says it's not connected to the MCU, so we're going to ignore that Carol comment, but the multiverse has allowed for countless franchises to come together, So even though, it might not be connected, I think they could do something if this show continues to be successful. Now, if you want to support the channel, then definitely check out our merch store right below the video. We're almost fully out of X-Men 97 inspired prints, so if you want to pick one up, then now's the time to do it. We also have Theory Time shirts, it's all connected one, new ones for House of the Dragon, and also the boys.
Yo, when's House of the Dragon
to
drop?
everyone who picks one up, and it goes a massive way to helping videos like this get made.
Soon,
Cheers. Now from here we cut back to Jubilee and Sunspot with us getting a shot of New York. Due to the show being set in 1997, the Twin Towers are still part of the skyline. Bodemeo has touched upon how 9/11 influenced him, and you can see shades of it when you look at Genosha. Up in the penthouse, we then see a news report that has a very interesting name. Though it's cut off, we can see the end of it with this being William Stryker. He says how a mutant war's coming, and we know he'll commit genocide to try and avoid it. You really seem to have the two sides of humanity here, with there being militants that want to start a war. The other side is people like Roberto's mother, who want to try and help the mutants, but they see them as being less than. Rather than getting their hands dirty, they'll do PR that boosts their image as well, and do things like hold fundraisers for Genosha.
Yeah.
Cutting to Jean trying to read Rogue's mind, I wonder if Rogue was twisted after absorbing Gyrick. This could explain why she killed Trask, as that darkness might have existed in her mind. I do feel like Rogue is going to be the one who pulls Magneto fully back from the brink. They were clearly discovering their past for a reason, with it being something that's often forgotten by fans. However, I think her going to the dark side is gonna be a battle that she has to win within herself, and then she's gonna pull him back too. Now we also have Nightcrawler comforting Jean and saying that she can be a mother even if she wasn't there for Cable. He talks about his own mother Mystique, but the comics have retconned it to now make her the dad. They have changed things a lot, but they also talk about Rogue too, and how he sees her as a sibling. Rogue viewed Mystique as a mother at one point, and they go deep into it in the comics. It's something they've skirted around in the source material for a while now, but I was so glad to see them touching upon it here. While protesters and evolution deniers are at the gates of the mansion, we then get a reveal with your girl Val. Now, I did theorize that she might be Mystique, but instead, it turns out she's a Prime Sentinel. So theory time, take the L.
What the hell?
It's a theory time, wasted your theory time, I wasted your time. Now, these Prime Sentinels are what we get here, with them being regular people that have been twisted by Bastion. This is why he needed Mr. Sinister, as he's someone that's used to experimenting on people. One of the creepiest things about them is once they've been activated, the person behind them is no more. Rogue tried to absorb one once, but all she got memory-wise was an empty shell.
Dang.
Now, they do kind of change things up here, with Val seeming like she wasn't complicit. Apologizing, it's paired with Eric's tattoos from the camp, which was clearly done for a number of reasons. Regular people were the ones who somewhat allowed it to happen because they turned blind eyes like what Val did here. She wants Magneto to at least respond to her, but his silence speaks volumes to what his views are.
True.
He's seen bigotry and what it can do, with it kind of being like history repeating itself. Now in the news next to Magneto, we see the Friends of Humanity leaders being invited on. I think that this is a common on both sidesism, which is something that the news often does. This is so they can present both sides of the argument, but this is being criticized for a lot of things. It's been said that in giving the same platform, you make it seem like both arguments are valid. For example, you get someone who says heavy spoilers sucks, it makes them seem as valid as that guy who bought 5 t-shirts from us last week. Cheers, Kenny Svensson, and Joseph Luca as well, mate. I appreciated that. Now we see Magneto strung up on what happens to be an X. It reminds me of Da Vinci's Vitruvian Man, but also other clear allusions to torture and crucifixion. It's really interesting imagery, and back with Beast.
Is that all it reminded you of, Paul? I'm just asking for a friend. Is that all it reminded you of?
We see him with Patricia Tilby. Brought this up before, but just in case you missed it, these two get it on in the comics. Don't know if that's going to be happening here though, depends what he's into, but there may be a way to bring people back. Cutting to Pittsburgh, we then see the home of Bastion and get some really cool Easter eggs.
Yo, Bastion's a Pittsburgh boy? He's done nothing wrong.
A robot that looks like a Sentinel, and also a magazine for the Stark Expo. This has a robot that looks like Rosie from the Jetson, and we also have a book that says XM52. This is a big nod towards Bastion, with X-Men 52 being where he debuted. Great little Easter egg, and cutting across to his mother. It's creepy as hell, isn't it? With this twisted family being reflected in the three here. I definitely feel like Bastion had a happy childhood though, however, as he got older, things started to change. It might be a comment on how the world affects children, and there are outlying stimulus that can make people go to extremes. We see the drawing that Jean saw in the first episode, and then get flashes of him struggling in school. His subconscious took over, and this is what drove things the way they went. Bastion's dad was basically infected by Nimrod, and then he came forth in the child. Obviously, they didn't have time to do the Siege Perilous, but I did think it was a nice change that worked well for the cartoon. Now back with him, we get some amazing cameos, with the episode later on packing some big hitters. Here though, there's Dr. Doom, Baron Zemo, and later on the Webhead. Yes. Now Bastion mentions how
what did Doom say? He said something like, he was talking that shit to Bastion, wasn't he? He was like, just because I'm not fucking with you doesn't mean I'm going along with this, or something like that. What did he say?
He's already handling President Kelly, and I wonder if he's already a Prime Sentinel. We see the transformation that they go through, and get a scene where 3 get dipped into tanks. There's lots of comments on how mutants are basically replacing humanity, which is down to their ability to work. AI is obviously a big talking point at the moment, and there's always the idea that things are taking away humans' jobs. I'm sure back even when cars were invented, people were saying it's going to take away horse salesmen's jobs. And yeah, we have this thing constantly happening.
Oh, really? He was talking about war crimes? That's funny. Yeah, Victor's actually like I said before, I think Doctor Doom is the greatest Marvel hero that's ever been created. And that's not a joke. It's not a bit. That's the truth.
Cotton machines as well. Probably big people scared that cotton machines would take away clothes maker jobs. Moving on. Sounded very stupid. Now what Bastion's doing is recruiting the most vulnerable, and he's doing it all out of his hate for the mutants. I actually wonder if Cable's gonna be the cure for the techno-organic virus, and this could be how the character comes to be used. Back in Bastion's room, we see a painting called The Final Dream, which is clearly playing off the back of The Final Solution. We see Master Mold in the middle and demons below it, but these are clearly based on the X-Men. We have Professor X, one that looks like Cyclops, Angel, Beast, and that last one, I think it might be Wolverine. Now Bastion has weaponized his mother, and we then see as she's activated. Cutting back to Jubilee, we get a comic-accurate costume, with this being based off her later looks. Prime Sentinels...
Yo, I liked when Jubilee became a vampire. That shit was kind of cool.
Just be activating everywhere, and it leads into a big chase while the mansion's then attacked. Morph turns into Juggernaut, and Nightcrawler, yes, finally gets to bust out his swords.
Hell
the swashbuckling isn't something we've... Sorry about that, yes. But the swashbuckling isn't something we've really seen in the cartoon, and I love watching the Prime Sentinels activate. Reminded me a lot of the agents in The Matrix, and it just leads into some incredible action. Also, Patricia calls Wolverine a Neanderthal, showing that she believes the Prime Sentinels will replace the mutants. Wolverine is a cut above the rest, though, and we get to see him slice and dice alongside Nightcrawler. They've kind of kept Wolverine in the background for the series, but I love finally seeing him getting to bust out his claws.
Yeah, it's been interesting. They kind of took the focus off of Wolverine, which I think is good. It's for the benefit of the show and the team. But he finally gets like some big Wolverine moments here, which is fun.
Love how we see what it's like going through Nightcrawler's portals as well.
Dude, that shot was
another
sick.
standout scene in the series.
Yeah, it was
Jubilee
sick.
goes tumbling over the edge of a building, and we get a cheeky little X in the opposite side. Sunspot finally gets to show his powers too, and once again, the Blackbirds destroyed. Dear me, insurance companies will not be happy. Now, this forces Cyclops and the gang into his car, with it featuring in a couple of things. Here we learn that the model of the car is a Porsche, though in X2 he did drive a Mazda. This is what Wolverine jacked, though there have been other versions. Love this little Hot Wheels one, mate, if you're looking for what to get me for Christmas. And later on when they drive, you might also notice the license plate that says SL1M, which is a nod to Cyclops' nickname Slim. Big bit of trivia here, and this goes all the way back to his first comic appearance. Slim Summers was actually originally his name, but after a couple of issues, they decided to change it. Wolverine still calls him it from time to time, though, so it's a nice little Easter egg to add into the series. Now, this scene was released last night, with the Summers road trip being the theme behind it. We get a way better look at the car, and can see X's on the front along with the steering wheel. This kind of goes back to that scene in X2, and it's a nice little detail as they race through the rocks.
Okay, let's show these toasters why you don't screw with the Summers.
Now at this point, we see the Trinity come down with Jean's arms stretched out in a Christ-like pose. We have the Son, the Father, and the Holy Spirit, with this being laced with a lot of religious allusions. You can even see it as a Mother Mary, Joseph, and Jesus relationship, with them all being keys in the Messiah complex. Now Roberto crashes the fundraiser, with the Sentinels turning on the charm. His mother basically says that if they comply, they have nothing to worry about. I don't know though, and it's a clear comment on things like police brutality and how the blame can often be levied at the wrong people. Cutting to Val, we see she's let Magneto out, and I do wonder what's going on with her. I'm still going back and forth over whether she is a sleeper cell, as she does have the uniform, but she acts differently. She kind of has a redemption arc by letting him go, and she's sick of seeing history repeating itself. She talks about bigotry and how attacks are cyclical, and though it's played with giant robots, there is some truth to it. I do wonder if this is all part of Bastion's plan though, and if she's let back into the UN, she will of course be trusted.
Yeah, it is interesting, right? Because on the one hand, you're like, oh shit, Magneto's free and he's doing all this stuff, but a war between humans and mutants is exactly what Bastion wants. He wants humans to be pushed further towards their hatred of mutants, their fear of mutants. So is that even our Magneto? And if it is, how is he playing right into his hands?
However, she could be controlled by the character, and if she is a sleeper cell, then that makes a lot of sense. Magneto says it's enough though, and hashtag Magneto was right, and he controls the world through the poles. Guy goes Super Saiyan, and we see the web head out in New York. I really hope the rumors about them bringing back the Spider-Man 90s cartoon are true, as I think this show's knocked it out of the park.
Let's go!
It was so cool.
By the way, random note on that. I always say Avi Arad's name wrong. Because we watched that documentary the other night, and his name's actually Arad Avid or something. I always say his name wrong. But it was his idea to do the Spider-Man as all bulky. He wanted that Spider-Man in the 90s show to be even bigger. But Marvel negotiated to get him to look like a little bit more bulky than we remember. Because remember, Spider-Man's a child in the comics. But for that 90s show, they took it in a different direction. It's kind of interesting.
Sing and pop up, and Bartimeo has teased that he was going to show up. I do kind of wonder if it is leading towards Avengers versus X-Men, as we had Cap last week and a mention of the Hulk. They do slowly seem to be dropping them into place, and it could all lead to that big showdown.
Let's go,
now, we also see the Silver Samurai and Omega Red, who I think may pop up as a villain in the future. If you ever play that X-Men Wolverine game with Mark Hamill, then you'll know he was left as a big cliffhanger at the end. Never got a sequel to it. I'll never forgive him. So I'd love to see him popping up here. He's being used to power a power plant, and I can't wait to see what the war brings. I also wonder if the poles is what Polaris was fixing before when we got that vision of the future. He was messing with the poles, so a Polaris makes sense, and yeah, let me know below exactly what you guys think. Magneto is here though, but on the other side of this we have Charles, who comes crashing down in a ship. Wearing his comic-accurate astronaut costume, he calls out to the world and summons the X-Men. It closes out what's an incredible entry, and yeah, I feel like those final two, they're gonna be a banger.
Yeah, for sure.
To me, my X-Men.
Now, in discussing the episodes you need to be familiar with for the finales, Bartimeo's dropped a very helpful list. I'm going to be helpful myself as well, and treat you guys like you haven't seen it, and give you a quick brush up in case you want the lowdown. He said the ones worth watching would be One Man's Worth Part 1 and 2, Sanctuary Part 1 and 2.
Cool. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much all the bits from the episode. Fantastic episode. I would love for it to go in the direction of
Descent and the
Avengers vs. X-Men. I kind of doubt it, right? Maybe there's some Onslaught. Maybe there's some Apocalypse. Maybe there's even some Kang, right? But yeah, great episode, great show. It kind of feels like it's just kicking off what the finale is really going to be like, even though the action sequences are great. I kind of was feeling like the shit's going to pop off in the next two. You know what I mean? That's kind of how I felt about it anyway. All right, where's this Fortnite? Fortnite trailer? Fortnite? Do you guys know about Fortnite? Hell yeah. Is this just the Lego shit? I mean, I know some people like that, but... Whoa, lightsaber. What the hell? Okay, so here's what we'll do. If I can't like actually get some dubs in regular Fortnite, we'll switch to the Lego stuff because that'll be easier. So, Fortnite! Fortnite on a Friday. Fortnite on a Friday. It's Fortnite. Didn't this come out yesterday? Is there a newer one? I think Chewie is going to be in the mini pass. Yeah, I think Chewie is going to be in the mini pass. I didn't see that trailer yesterday. I don't even see trailers. I guess we're playing Lego then. Hey, you don't say that. You don't say that. One other just small little teensy tiny thing I want to go over. Let me pull this up. It's like a slight spoiler, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. A couple of weeks ago, I shared. All right, here, let me get this pulled up here. Okay. Okay. What the hell? Okay, so a couple of weeks ago, we got our first look at Red Hulk, and it looked horrible. Like, I don't know if you guys remember it, but they had this, like, horrible design thing. It looked so bad. I was sharing it. Maybe some of you guys saw me share it because I was, like, memeing on it pretty bad. I was like, bro, there ain't no way. Well, this is apparently official marketing for Captain America Brave New World, and it's obviously just an artistic interpretation of Red Hulk, but oh my God, this feels so much better than what we had before. If the Red Hulk looks more like this, bro, we could be cooking. This could actually be really good. And so for the first time in a long time, I'm looking at this Red Hulk, and I'm kind of excited about it. I mean, it looks good. You know, it looks like it's going to have kind of its own. It doesn't look like just Harrison Ford face, which I appreciate. Like, it's got to look a little like that, but it also just has to look like a badass big red Hulk. So it kind of looks like you, Josh. Yeah, you're right. It kind of does look like me. So, yeah, I just kind of wanted to touch on this, man, because I think this shit looks cool. What do you guys think? Is Red Hulk going to be awesome? Or is Red Hulk going to look terrible? Sounded like a diss? What the fuck? No! Harrison Ford face looking guy? Yeah. Does that look like Harrison Ford to you, though? Just looks like Red Hulk to me. I'm worried about how long Ford can do the role. Well, I think with the help of CGI, I think he'll be able to do it for a while. That's what I think. I don't think he's going to die. No, I don't think he's going to die. He might, yeah, who knows? Who knows? I heard he was signed for multiple projects, but you never really know. Red Hulk dies in the movie is my guess. I hope he's around for a couple movies, for sure. I think we might need him if we have to fight Avengers vs. X-Men. Because, oh my God. 616 Hulk is just not getting it done, bro. Bro, I can't hear you over that fan. Can you start the stream over? No! But I could probably turn the fan down a little bit. Probably turn the fan down a little bit. Is there anything else out there, guys? What else should we be talking about? Is there anything else to talk about? Anything else to talk about? Should I try a Fortnite? Just to see how we're cooking? Should I try one just to see how we're cooking? The fan is valid? What the hell? All right, let's try a Fortnite game and then we'll get on out of here, okay? Just logging into Fortnite too? Nice. Nice. Can't end the stream until you win? I don't know about that. I don't know about that shit, man. Josh, will you be talking about Marvel Rivals one day? Yeah, for sure. I'm excited about that game. We need to hopefully get into the closed beta. And even if we don't get into it, there'll be a lot more information coming out around that time, so. Where's the Fortnite, though? Hey, there it is. Cool. The hell? Okay, so I got Daredevil going. But I also got, just for you, chat, Green Goblin. That's for you guys. All right, let's try just a regular solo. That Daredevil was available, yeah. Okay, so this is my name up here, Merc Odinson. I gotta turn the chat box off for a second here. Sorry, guys. It's too crazy. Wait, what the hell? Wait, what? The hell? The hell? Goblin is a better hero than Doom? Oh. I'll add you when I get home. Yeah, so you guys can give me gifts on Fortnite. So you gotta do that. Give me all the gifts, bro. Oh, it's a little clunky right now. But it should even out once we get into the actual game. Doesn't look too bad on your end, huh? Okay. I'm actually going to kind of go over here. Yeah! I like this area with the crazy water that gives you the boosts. Okay, so there's some people in here. Definitely some people, but that's okay. See if we can go get some kills. Ooh. Nice. I just accepted your friend request. Now you can gift me everything. I saw somebody over here. Oh. No! What the fuck? All right, let's try another one. Why? He just came up with the shotty, ready to go. Yeah, FPS is low, man. Yeah, that's what I mean is like, and normally it's fine. Normally my, like my whole system's like chugging right now. Do I just have to get more RAM? How do I fix this and be better? You know what I mean? What kind of processor do you have? I think it's a AMD. Yeah, see, that's like super choppy. Like, it should not be this choppy. I don't think it should have to run. Maybe I have other apps open. Hang on one second. Let me see something here. Do I have this open? Oh, fuck. Damn it. Yeah, that's way choppy. Fuck, bro. What is happening here? Is it like glitching for you guys? What the hell is happening? It's gotta do something with the fact that I'm streaming. Like, that's crazy, because when I play on my own, it is not like this. It's smooth. Yeah, it's tough, huh? I could run out and get some more RAM. See if we can... Like, this is legitimately too glitchy to really stream the game, though. Because I want to be able to actually play. No, this is a great GPU, dude. This computer is really good. I'll go back in here. There's probably some more loot. So I guess I should just try to drop the quality inside the game settings, huh? Yeah, that's crazy. So is it saying up there that I'm on 35 down, 76 up? Because that's crazy. Because I literally have like 1,000 down, 1,000 up on fiber. So what's up with that? Is it because I'm streaming? It should still flow fine. Well, there's a car coming in, huh? Why is it telling me my connection's that bad? When I know it's not. Skill issue. Thanks. Oh no, what if we can't stream on Friday, guys? I don't want to stream unless I get it figured out. I gotta do a test stream. I mean, I guess we're kind of testing it right now, but... You are doing a test stream? I guess that's true. Yeah. I guess I can tweak the settings after this game and see if it's better. But why is the internet so throttled, dude? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's literally... I'm on fiber. I'm hardlined into fiber optics right now. Someone make it make sense. Oh, what the fuck? I mean, I am multi-streaming right now. So I don't know if that's more intensive, I guess. Could be. Somebody shooting at me? Die! Oh! I'm naked. Oh, footprints, huh? See ya. Good try. Yeah, you didn't see that fire move coming. Ha ha ha! I just want it to run smooth. Is that too much to ask? Like silky smooth like butter? I could accept losing. If it's silky smooth like butter. We need to get some movement shit. Shots behind me. Just give her something to think about. Ooh. I'm gonna rotate right because I feel like there's multiple people over here. If I can get to this building, get some, Oh, hell yeah. Oh, hell yeah, boys. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Wait, am I in build? Kidding me? Is this build mode? Are we in fucking build mode right now, dude? Oh my god, we're in build mode! No! How are we on 8 in build mode? And I'm not building shit. I'm gonna get this dub with... I'm not gonna build a goddamn thing. I wonder if that is also causing a bit of the clunkiness. I know that might seem weird, but building technically would require a lot of the... Like, it's like extra rendering, right? I'm not building a single thing. Alright, after this game, we'll change the settings. Do I have max settings on it? I don't think I do, bro. I think I already adjusted them down. Where is everybody? Uh-oh. Ruh-roh. Not good. Is this air? Fire? Bam! Oh, some shots. Everybody's just fighting outside of this mansion? That's crazy. Why does everybody just want to fight over here? That's like where all the fighting is gone. Ooh, a wind guy. See if we can get this guy with the fire. Oh my god! No! Oh shit! No! No! Get away! Get away! No! Doesn't count. Doesn't count. There was no build and shit. Okay, so. Textures are medium. I have it in full screen. Should I not have it in full screen? I have it on good authority. It looks like ass because you are multi-streaming? Really? Full window? Keep full. Keep full. That's what Ryan said. He also said you suck. Hey, don't say that. Drop it to 180, 1080. God damn it, dude. Okay. Okay. Change unlimited, and yes, multi-streaming will kill it. Oh, that's so unfortunate. So that's why when we were doing Twitch the other day, it like wasn't really affecting it. Wow. Why am I in build? The hell? Dude, what is happening? Zero build. Okay. Solo. Oh, I'm level 49. You don't need unlimited. Capped FPS. Multi-streaming is okay. What? So it should be better this time? Is that what you guys are telling me? What's the refresh rate on your monitor? Bro, I don't know. I don't know things. How do I find that out? $69 hertz. You're at 69 hertz. Crimson Knight, welcome back to the Nerd Ventures, baby. They sold you low fiber optics fiber. Oh no. Cap the FPS to like 120. All right. Wait, what does it say? Report performance stats? Nah, we don't want to do that. Okay, this should be better. Everybody told me this should be better. Scroll down. What? Scroll down to what? Textures medium, meshes low. Doing it tech support on a delayed chat isn't smart. Hey, you don't say that. Yeah, I just capped it at 120. See where the 3D's at? 3D resolution is 100%. Run this, see what it's like. Okay, let's check it out. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we're working with. They gave you fake fiber so it would stop complaining that you didn't have it. Oh, okay. Well, hey, there you go. Yeah, 2 PCs. Yeah, maybe it's time. Maybe it's time. If we're going to be doing more gaming, maybe it's time for 2 PCs. But then it's going to be even hotter in here. Friend request. Let's go. You guys can all be my friends. But if you're my friend, you have to gift me like once a week, twice a week, something like that. Why is it saying 32 down, 57 up? Bro, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, I just simply do not understand that. I do not understand. I do not understand. I'm on controller. Is that just ping or actual up and down? Do you think you play better off stream? Yeah, for sure. It's hard to stream and play. It's like a skill. Because you want to try to like entertain, you know, you want to try to be in touch with chat. But sometimes you just got to lock in. Sometimes you just got to lock in. You know? Oh, this guy's getting the wolves out right away? That's a bold move. He's not fighting the wolves? Huh. I don't want to fight through the wolves. See if we can get looted up over here. And we'll go back and fight. Does it look a little bit better? It feels a little bit better on my end. It's not perfect, but it's playable. Ooh. Looks better. Ooh, shots out to my right, huh? Run and gun thunder. Nothing but SMGs over here, though. Oh, there he is. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? What? Coward! Coward! What a coward! No! Stop running away! How many times do I gotta, like, act? Get him, wolves! Get him! Ah! Oh, Jesus. I don't even think it's the same guy. No! Get back over here! Dang, dude, it gets real choppy, like when a bunch of models get on the screen. It just gets so choppy. What the hell? What the hell? Where'd he go? Dude, it's just too much when there's too many models. Where is this guy? Dude. Somebody just killed these wolves. This shit is so annoying. Like, I don't even want to fight over here because it's just clogging everything up. Ugh, so annoying. Man, this sucks. It's kind of unplayable. Like, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to actually stream on Friday now. Like, I suppose I could run a stream on Xbox, right? Like, I could bring the Xbox in. And I could stream off of this, and I could play off the Xbox, yeah? Like, I can't fucking play that. Like, it's unplayable, basically. At the end of this game, you can fix more. All right, we'll try. We can try again, but I'm just saying, like, dude, like, that sucks. What is this link, Adam? DM me? Okay. Disable background programs. Well, I know Streamlabs takes a good bit of RAM for sure. I had Photoshop open. I just closed it. What's this? Get rid of these here. The hell is going on here? Why do I have two Fortnites open? I'm gonna relaunch Fortnite. You had Photoshop open and trying to play? Yeah, but dude, I have a great rig. It's like $4,000 computer. It should be able to do everything. You need to pre-download stuff. Huh? Huh? Photoshop eats computers? Is that so? All right, we'll try it again. See. Okay, now, is there anything else I should be messing with? Performance. Do I need to change? Should I change it to DirectX? That's probably not going to help. Or will it? Chat. What do you think? Whoa, what the hell? No? Play first, keep it low, and try? Alright, we'll try again. We'll see how it goes. Fortnite was not started correctly and needs to be closed. We recommend trying to launch the game using the Epic Launcher or try to what the fuck? Okay. Okay. I am using the Epic Launcher. You should stick to Wii Bowling. Oh, okay, right on. Right-click, modify, unselect high-res textures. Say all of that again. Tell me everything you just said simpler. Wii Bowling TV adaptation. Wow, wouldn't that be fun? Okay. So we should be good. Hey, look, maybe that worked, whatever the hell just happened. In Epic Launcher, right-click, FN, modify, unselect high-res thingies. Okay, I will. Next time. If this doesn't work. If it's really choppy, maybe I'll just leave. Feels okay. Not great, but okay. It's okay. This game shouldn't even be hard to run, dude. Let's get reckless. That's true. It is older. Are you saying I need to get a new computer? Is your CPU throttling? What does that mean? It shouldn't be. I don't know. Dude, it just... I don't know. It looks like shit. It's choppy. I'm not a fan. I just want to play, and I want it to be normal. Come on. Come on. See ya! Ah, try again! I don't know. It's still too choppy for me. Like, what is up with this frame rate? Ah! I just want to have a good stream and plug in and play. But no. When it overheats, it throttles to keep it down. Okay, yeah. Try using mouse and keyboard. That might actually give you higher FPS. You're also quadruple streaming. That's true. You're not wrong. Maybe I'll try it with the Xbox later. Ooh, hello. Like, this is so choppy. Really? Really, game? It's just like not a super enjoyable experience to play like this. And I want to, you know, have fun while I'm streaming too. It's too clanky, bro. What Reed said? What did he say? Cut off the other streams besides YouTube and Twitch and see if that helps. I don't think I can do that. Can I do that? On my multi-streaming? I don't think I can do that. Bro, I can't even. Ugh. Alright, I'll finish this game. I'm going to get out of here. And I'm going to try to think about my life. Because I still want to stream on Friday. But this shit is not working. Yeah, the multi-streaming is probably heavy for sure. Maybe we'll do a little test stream tomorrow. Because we didn't really have these issues when we were just streaming to Twitch. But I wonder if I multi-stream off of this, but I have the Xbox going on. Ooh, piece of candy. You know what I mean? This is not enjoyable. Like, it's just, that's too much, dude. Too jittery, too, like, the graphics look fucking horrible. Ooh, some shots. What? Get back here. Like, especially a fight like that. Like, there's just no way I'm gonna win a fight like that with this being all weird. Just too much going on, dude. What the hell? I'll try to figure it out, but damn, it's just discouraging. Like another bullshit thing you gotta think about. Why can't it just plug in and do it? Yeah, I'll DM you after the stream, bro. Try to figure it out. Oh, I thought you could stack these. No? Oh no, I hate that shit. See ya. Whoa. No! Nah, dude, it just doesn't feel, it's too much. It's too much. It's too much to deal with. Oh, yeah, it's too much. Too much to deal with. And not a fun time. So, all right. I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to chill out, try to figure out what I want to do. Maybe I'll do a little test stream tomorrow. We'll see. Oh, yeah, not bad for... Yeah. But, I mean, I want it to be smooth. I want it to be silky smooth, you know? Snap streams where you drop coin per W? Yeah, but you got Star Wars Fortnite coming out on Friday. Maybe drink more Coke. Okay, on that note, we're going to call it. All right, everybody. Much love, man. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging with me at the end, too. Yeah, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. See if there's anything we can change. But, yeah. All right, everybody. Much love. Drop some coin. I'll drop coin on Friday for sure. I will drop some coin on Friday. I already dropped some earlier. All right, everybody. As I always say, I hope you are having an awesome and a nerdy day. And I'll see you in the next video. Yeah, just drop 10 more, Ken.